What's going on, Internet? The Black Okage here, aka TBH. And to be honest, I'd like to welcome you guys back to the Gaming Illuminati podcast. We are the Enlightened Gamers, and you're now tuned into episode 198. If you're watching the video version of the show at youtube.com/GI updates, know this show is available on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, and all other major podcast platforms. If you're watching on Apple or Spotify, please rate the show 5 stars. And if you're watching on YouTube, please hit the like button and then hit that hype button. When you hit the hype button, the show will appear on YouTube's new hype charts, which helps bring in new viewers to the world's best weekly gaming podcast. Also, if social media is your thing, follow us. We drop content over there on our pages. We're available on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, and Facebook. Our handle on most platforms is at GI Updates, with the exception being Facebook. It's facebook.com/GI Podcast. Links to all our social media platforms will be in the description box below at youtube.com/GI Updates. Now, without further ado, allow me to introduce you to my co-hosts, the first of which he got his heart broken this week when a YouTube legend soft launched his debut into the alt-right pipeline, which some say is not a smooth move. Ethos, say what up to the people.
I want to talk about it, man.
Like that?
I want to talk about it, man. Hi, everybody. Oh, God.
And our second co-host shared her 6 most anticipated games for the second half of 2026 on Twitter. And surprisingly, nobody attacked her for not mentioning GTA 6. I was surprised by that. Watch, say what up to the people.
Hello. Yeah, the collective is growing. The collective of we're playing Barbie in November. They grow. They're getting stronger. And they're making their presence known.
I feel like somebody could go viral for streaming that the day GTA 6 comes out.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. And last but not least is the man who enlisted to go to war with the Call of Duty community this week on Twitter and somehow managed to survive to tell the story. UTX, why you buy Black Ops the Don's lazy port? Wait, I fucked your name up. UTX, why you buy the Black Ops port the Don? There you go.
Oh boy, oof. We got to do something, man. Like I said on the last pod, I'm not in the right timeline. We got to nuke. We got to reset, like something. I don't know what's happening. But on the flip side, I mean, we are at 198 right now. We're literally going to hit 200 by the end of July. So that's amazing. That's amazing, man. We're about to make the big 200. Yeah, we on 198 right now.
Fun fact, I read that most podcasts do not survive like 10 episodes or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So even getting to 200 is a blessing.
How many of them are still around after a decade?
Yeah, no, that's facts. And didn't go all right.
We still have our right minds. We
haven't lost our minds. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Now for today's leading conversation, we're going to be discussing the recently released Assassin's Creed Black Flag and Grand Blue Fantasy Endless Ragnarok's expansion. But the only problem is games like these are expensive. I mean, these 2 games alone could set you back $120, and I know it's going to get worse in September when there's like 40 plus new titles coming out at once. I want to play as many games as possible, but I also have to be responsible though. So I need a tool to help me manage my budget and find some saving that could go towards those Wolverines and those Onimushas of the world. And that would be today's sponsor, Rocket Money. Rocket Money is the app that makes managing your cash easier than ever because it's the all-in-one money management app that's available on iOS, Android, and the web browser. This powerful app allows you to connect your bank accounts and your credit card so that you can automatically analyze your transactions and then make adjustments on your finances where you see fit. I personally love this app because I got way too many subscriptions to streaming services, and that can get pricey. I'm trying to cut back on all the things I watch with these streaming services so I can save some of this cash and put it towards all the video games that are dropping this September. And Rocket Money makes it easy to automatically track subscriptions, plus they give you the option to unsubscribe from within the app. I love this app. It provides real-time alerts so that I'm always aware of my financial situation. See, I'm guilty of overdrafting a few times in my younger years. That problem is gone thanks to Rocket Money providing real-time alerts on things such as upcoming bills, low balances, and subscriptions being added. This is the most efficient way that I've found to deal with my finances. And the best part is that Rocket Money is free to download, plus you can get a free premium trial if you sign up with our link. Do me a favor, GI fam, and go to rocketmoney.com/Illuminati and download that Rocket Money app. or you can scan the QR code on the screen. Plus, the link will be in the description box below to rocketmoney.com/Illuminati. All right, welcome back to the show. With all that out the way, we are going to start the show off with Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which, for those unaware, is a remake from Ubisoft, the classic pirate-based game with Edward Kenway. They remixed the story a little bit. They added like six hours of new content. They changed up some gameplay mechanics, made it more combat-oriented. Obviously, the visuals are improved and a bunch of other stuff that have been improved. I believe this is your first time touching it because you didn't touch the original game ethos. You're the only one that's played on the podcast, so give us the good, bad, and the ugly about Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Yep,
Resynced.
of course. Yeah, with all this disclosures, of course, because it's always important. Ubisoft did give me a free key for this game, so shout out to them. They don't hate me like TBH. But I will say, to be fair, also to Ubisoft, and you know what? Today's going to be an interesting day. I'm here to defend all y'all who been saying in the comments, and I'll reinforce it. At least for my time, I haven't fully beat it yet, but I have played a little bit even more off stream. I think it's pretty good. TBH might be hating. He might be hated a little bit. I played a little bit of it. I was like, you know what? This is actually pretty fun. The only con I have is that it messes with my motion sickness. So I cannot play it for absorbent amount of times, especially with the ship combat because of all the shaking. There are some settings that I did turn off for some like motion settings, but it still kind of gets to me. So unfortunately, your boy cannot play long sessions of this game as much as I'd like to. But I did stream playing the game for a couple of hours, and then I played a little bit off stream. I'm still probably like in the earlier part of the game, but it seems pretty interesting. The Edward Kenway is a pretty interesting character. I also thought it was really cool that like I had played Freedom Cry in the past, but I played it like as its own like DLC. So I already knew about what's his name? Adewale. Yeah, I knew about him, and I played his entire thing. So it's kind of cool to see kind of like an origin of like how he met with Edward Kenway, and I'm curious to see if 5 maybe made some new content to kind of like bridge that gap. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, like it's a Ubisoft game, but like they made some refinements to it. It scored pretty well. I think I've seen like a majority of the fans like really like people who love Black Flag, like they're really loving it. It's an interesting like world we live in right now, where you know we're a decade old, and we're playing games and new releases of games that also came out a decade ago. So it's kind of a weird deja vu happening right now. But yeah, I think overall, it's pretty good. I think if you're a fan of Black Flag, I think you'll really enjoy it. And reversely, if you have never played it like myself, I'd recommend it. It ran really well on my machine. I had no issues whatsoever from a technical standpoint. Game ran buttery smooth. PC version.
Okay.
Yeah, played on PC perfectly, no problems. Played on my like ultra wide, looked really cool. The graphics look really good. The upgrades they've done to the graphic engine are just like they look really good. It definitely pushes up the standard, especially when you compare it to how the game used to look. Because nostalgia sometimes makes us warps our minds of what we remember it looking like. So yeah, I think the upgrade, everything they've added to the game is pretty good. Like I again, this is just from the perspective of someone who did not play the last game, so I can't really speak on like specifics yet. But everything that I played, at least like overall, was like really good. So yeah, I recommend it. I think if you're an Assassin's Creed fan, you'll probably end up loving it. I think they did another remaster with Assassin's Creed. Did they not? Or is this the first one they've remade? Is this a remake or remaster? This is a remake, right?
It's a remake.
It's a remake. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it fits it. Yeah, they've added a bunch of new stuff apparently too. But the thing is, I don't know what's new and what's not, so
right.
I can't really tell you. But at least from what I've played, like it does feel like a genuine effort of them making some genuine changes to the game and not trying to like make a quick remaster and call it a remake, but not really do enough to make it warrant that. So yeah.
Well, let me ask you, why you feel like I'm hating?
I'm gonna be honest with you. The beginning I thought was really cool. I don't agree with the way that you have labeled Edward, at least for my initial, unless like something's gonna happen later on in the game that's gonna make me not like him. I think he's actually pretty cool as a character compared to some of the other assassins I've played as. I think he's a little bit way more compelling than some of the other ones. And ain't nothing wrong with he got a lass back home, and he just wanted to take care of her, and he came back and said, "I got chocolate," and she was like, honey, I'm rich. I've already had chocolate. And he's like, dang, he looked really down about it. She's like, but you can try the chocolate. And he was like, this is awesome chocolate. And he's like, we're gonna go to the new world and da 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 da. So like, you know, I feel like he's like pretty cool. I don't think he's like gonna, at least right now, maybe there's some more like character development stuff he'll have later on. But the thing I thought was cool, I guess this is spoilers. I'm spoiling something. The thing that I thought was cool was, based off of what you're saying, and I thank you, TBH, you didn't spoil this for me. You told me how in the beginning he kills an assassin and he basically takes over the identity of this assassin. It reminds me of Banshee, for people who know that HBO show. But I did not know, because you did not tell me, I did not know that the assassin was switching sides. So he was becoming a Templar, and he basically takes his identity, and he doesn't even realize, oh, he's actually a Templar. And then when you're playing it, you actually get that moment where you're just like, you think you're meeting up, like, I'm playing the game, like, oh, I'm gonna meet with like the assassins, and then the assassins jump you. Okay. And it's like this really cool dichotomy. I'm like, oh, this is actually a nice change of pace from like what I expected.
Okay, so let if somebody can correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong.
Sure.
I played the original one and I watched somebody stream it last night, the beginning, like the first couple hours. So I saw that part that you were playing.
It's something different.
And I was watching it and I was like, I don't remember this. I think they flushed out that part more, because from what I remember in the original version, there's they got rid of the Abstergo stuff. The Abstergo stuff happens, then it drops you. In the new one, they just drop you in the middle of a boat battle. But then after the boat blows up, you wash ashore with the dude. He just takes his clothes. But in that, you did like a whole chase.
So he's dead? He's dead in the initial?
Yeah, and that's what pissed me off. I was just like, oh, so he's just stealing the dude's clothes.
So it's not the thing where he's like, he tries to negotiate.
I could be wrong because I'm old. So don't call me.
Hey, I'll pull it up. We can double check.
I could be wrong. That's the way I remember it.
This is the GI podcast. We can fact check this right now.
We can fact check it. Because I don't want to be wrong about this, but like I didn't like the execution.
When that come out, 2013?
2013.
Intro?
I don't remember doing a boss fight with him. I'm pretty sure that was.
Oh, I can just see. Yeah, I can see a sequence comparison. Hold on, here we go. Yeah, there's literally a video about the comparison for sequence 1. Yeah,
you got a link to that?
Yeah, here I can put it. Where do you want to put it in the signal?
Put it in the signal.
Yeah, if you want to show. Yeah, if you want to show.
So am I bugging? Is that different?
I'm looking right now to see. So yeah, this is a comparison, literally 1-on-1 of what happened. And to be fair to you, it was a decade ago, because people like to get on people's backs about stuff. It was like, bro, it was
and that's why I said I don't want to spread misinformation, but I was like, that's the way I remember it in my head.
Okay, so yeah, the fight happens.
I'm pulling it up. We're doing.
It's around 3:45. He ends up on the shore. There's a cutscene where he's laughing. Yeah, there's no split when the other assassin walks on. So
I knew I wasn't bugging.
Wait, no, wait, no, it happened. No, he's alive.
It's in this version.
No, he's alive in
I'm old. I'm old, Chad. Yeah. I don't remember this shit.
Go ahead and say an apology. Go ahead. Here you go. Put it on your screen.
Hold on. Well, I was just curious to hear why you said that. I was like, I'll take the L on this part. I don't care about this shit. But my stance is this. I never said this game was bad. I think it's a good game. I've always said this is a good game. I said it's a bad Assassin's Creed game. And it's for the simple, I don't want to spoil why. You got to keep playing the story, but it's a great pirate game. That was always my stance. But if like you're a purist Assassin's Creed fan, like I argue this is the canon event that was the downfall of the series, but people liked this game so much they can't even see that. And they removed a lot of the stuff in the original version that made it the downfall with the Abstergo stuff. So that was always kind of my stance. I never thought it was a bad game. I just thought that
is the what is the issue, like, without spoiler? Like, can you tell me what's the downfall part? Like, is it the?
I'd argue the game serves no purpose. It doesn't serve any purpose on the timeline, because I felt like you remember the end of Assassin's Creed, was it 2 or Brotherhood, where the bleed over effect started to happen with Desmond, and like we thought we were gonna go to like the main timeline. Like they were building up all this cool stuff, and then they put this game.
But is that really this game's fault, or is that really 3's fault? I feel like this is 3's.
It's Corporate Greed's fault.
Well, I agree, but I really think this is 3 writing 3 into a corner, where basically they wrote themselves into such a
they put themselves in a corner to where like this game doesn't serve a purpose. I think in the main timeline, it's like people hate all the newer ones, saying that like, oh, it does nothing for the timeline. I'm like, but it started with this game.
So this is what I'm curious about. Maybe you should go back and play this remake, because from what I can tell, you remember how when you played Shadows, you know how when you booted up for the first time they show you the timeline?
Yeah.
So every future Assassins, every Creed since I don't know when they started doing that. I don't know if it was Shadows. I remember if it was Mirage started it. This game also does it. So when you boot it up, I could actually boot up Shadows at the same time, like if I wanted to change the timeline.
Yeah, they got
so the timeline shows you. Yeah, so they insert where this is in the timeline, so you can kind of like actually in real time see the actual change in the assassins through the actual like lineage. I have a feeling that this game, the Resync, they said that they have changed the story to fit the timeline. So this makes me seem that they're trying to fix it by like retro. I think they're going to go back and they're going to retroactively, they're going to fix the problem with Assassin's Creed 3. I think they're going to redo it.
Wait, are you implying you think they're going to bring Desmond back?
I think they are. I think they realize how badly they screwed up. And at least from what I've seen, if Shadows, because Shadows happens before this event, and there's a couple other stuff that happens before this, but I think this game makes sense because think about it, right? This is correct me if I'm wrong, because it's been a long time. This is the grandfather of Connor.
Yes.
Right?
Correct.
So from a lineage standpoint, they're not going by the games. It seems like they're going by lineage. Yeah. So like they did Mirage, which is way back in the day. And why would you waste your time with that? You know, they go from that. And then Ezio hasn't even been touched. We haven't even seen Ezio. And I think that's going to be the next step is they're hitting that. And then they're trying to fix all the Connor stuff. So to do that, you start with the grandfather, and then you change some of the story elements to make it so what you said, it ties more into the Assassin's Creed.
But are they gonna?
And then
they removed all the modern day stuff. So like, how do you? Because that was the purpose of the story. And then Odyssey made it even worse with the introduction of all them, the Inu or whatever they call the aliens.
Right. So it could still work in the idea that like if this is the Templar side, so if they change some stuff from the Templar perspective, right? Because that's what his son is, a Templar, right? Like it would be Connor's father.
Hate them becomes one, yes.
Hatham is a Templar, right? So I don't know if Edward or I don't know if the one in Black Flag, I don't know if he, switches sides. I'm pretty sure, I'm going to assume he's going to switch sides at some point and just be like, oh, I'm an assassin now. I've realized, my selfish ways are, I can't look a blind eye towards a greater.
You pretty much just spoiled the whole game for yourself.
I just assume that. Like, you got to understand.
It's okay, man. The game
he said, wait a minute. I don't want to be a pirate no more. That's the game, bro.
I mean, I assume that just because that's literally the plot to one of my favorite Star Wars shows, Andor. Like that's pretty much the entire writing point of Andor, which is this is a guy who is a swindler, a gambler, a guy who doesn't care about the greater political issue around the world. They are in their own box. They close their eyes and they say, politics doesn't matter. That basically they're a character that says, I don't care about politics. Politics does not affect me. And then they realize as they play the game, oh shit, it does affect me and it affects those around me. And the pirates actually represent an idea of freedom that I was playing the quote, it's not that deep, but then I realized, oh God, it is that deep. So then it opened my worldview, and now I realize, that I can't just be a bystander anymore. I have to be an active participant in this because it will affect those who I care about. So I think that's like kind of that's what I could kind of piece together. And if that's what it is, I'm like, yeah, okay, that's not even a bad thing. I think it's pretty good. But I do think like that's going to be the tie-in because then you have, Hasten, which would be interesting if they make an Assassin's Creed game. I think you'd agree, TBH. Like I always felt like he was a really cool, compelling character, and I was shocked he hasn't really gotten anything.
He was a morally complex character.
He was a very complex character because you see him at one perspective in 3, and you're just like you think he's a very kind person, a man of morals, takes care of people, and you're thinking, oh, this guy reminds you of an assassin. Then you realize he's a Templar, and then it kind of like twists your brain because now you're like, wait, like. You've always been perceived from the beginning. You've kind of had this perception of Templars, and now you're kind of seeing someone who just doesn't necessarily fit the bad guy Pope mold that we were used to. Like because I feel like
back when wasn't Ubisoft's writing great back then? Like
I mean, it was great. It was great because like I've said this before. I pull out Old Faithful every time somebody talks about historically accurate. I pull out Assassin's Creed 1 quotes so much about nothing is true and how can you perceive stuff from history being actually historically accurate when the Animus could embellish and based off of records and stuff like, and the DNA cannot be true to what actually records say. So like all that stuff exists, but I am curious to see like how that kind of plays a role within like the characterization of some of the characters moving forward. Like, because if they announce it like, oh yeah, 3's going to get a remake, which I wouldn't be shocked. It's only a matter of time. But I think the problem has been for a while is, for better or for worse, this is my take. I think the Assassin's Creed 2 Ezio's timeline has kind of cartoonized, has made like cartoon villains of the Templars. I feel like a lot, like, the guy from Brotherhood, evil mustache looking guy.
The what's the name family? I remember. Yeah.
You know, that family,
the Borgia family, I think.
The Borgia family, like they were notoriously like comically evil. The Pope was also very comically evil. Like these characters were written, I think, in such a way that like we always had perceived them initially as these very like evil characters. And then kind of 3 kind of adds that like kind of gray that I think we had not really seen in the series since that point. I think 1 maybe kind of tried to touch on that with like the idea of like the villain of one.
Don't forget the one that came out on 360 and the PS3. The one that was came out with Black Flag, Shay Cormac. Yeah, with
Rogue, where he swapped because the assassins basically sacrificed him.
They blew up a whole city. Yeah, he was like, y'all motherfuckers are crazy
too. Yeah, so it seems like that was what, if you think about that timing, Rogue, then 3. That's when they start to get morally ambiguous with the 2. I think at a certain point, but then 3 ruined everything, and now we are where we are today. So that's just my I guess that's my hypothesis. I think that like I'm curious when I beat this, I will be looking at some videos to see what they actually changed from a story standpoint. Because if the changes to the story are actually with an intentionality of we're going to also be remaking 3 and changing a lot of that, I wouldn't be shocked if that might actually put Assassin's Creed on a better footing. I think for a lot of people, we're like, yeah, we're only doing animus stuff right now because we plan on rewriting a lot of the problems that Assassin's Creed had. That because there's still plot holes from the original 1, 2, and 3.
So the question is,
modern day.
Do you think that the fan base would be patient enough to let this what's the word I'm looking for? Revamp happen?
I mean, yeah. I feel like the fan base right now is like heavily like we want what's the old stuff, the good stuff from when we loved it, and then there's like a part of people who kind of have played, like they didn't play Assassin's Creed when it was first out. They kind of are playing it now because it's a popular franchise.
But that's what confuses me, because from my perspective, and correct me if I'm wrong, because you played Origins and like Odyssey, right?
Yeah. Well, I didn't play Odyssey. You played Odyssey. I did.
Yeah. This combat looks like the newer ones to me. It looks exactly the same.
I will say it's more action packed, and I think it's funny because the character throws away the hidden blade when he steals everything. He looks at it, like, and he tosses it, which I'm sure he'll probably rectify later. So he doesn't really have the full, like, so when he's like knocking people out, he's actually like punching them, knocking their lights out. But like, I think the problem has not been, maybe Odyssey was like the one where it's like maybe they pushed it a little bit too far over the top, but I don't think the problem has been that there is like action God of War like I want to say God of War action based combat. I think there are stealth purists, but I'll give you an example. Mirage was for the stealth purists. I think that was a way more stealth focused Assassin's Creed experience, and that wasn't even I'd argue that wasn't really necessarily like well received by everybody. So I think there's this mixture between the both, and I think this game is not really what people complain about when they talk about the RPG elements. They're talking about the RPG.
Play Mirage?
Yeah, I played a decent amount of it. I didn't play a lot of it.
Was
I played
not for the stealth pierce. That motherfucker could teleport.
Yeah, that's what it was for. that was the stealth. That's what
I guess.
Remember Splinter Cell where you could mark people and just kill everybody in the room with like
the first time I did that, I said, "Why am I doing this again?" I was like, "What is this?"
But I mean, like it was more stealth oriented, right? Because I thought it was like a lot of Mirage. Correct me wrong. I thought a lot of Mirage, like they added a lot more, like if you get caught, it's like game over type stuff.
It was more bare bones. Yeah.
I thought like they stripped down a lot of the like action mechanics, and it was more like you had to utilize stealth more often. But what I was saying about this one is the action in this is still, I think, like more closer to Assassin's Creed 3 and Brotherhood, because like in 2 and Brotherhood you could still do a bunch of combat and stuff like that, right? But like it wasn't like you were fighting RPG level bosses. Like this entire time I played, I haven't seen an RPG bar. I haven't seen nobody who has like extra stats on me. The inventory does not have looter shooter mechanics. It doesn't have rarities and like it's very pure. It's just like, here's cosmetic stuff, here's your weapon types that does like, you know, enhanced damage, but it's not like a full like, oh, this is your power level like how the other games are. And I think that's the difference, is that this is, I think, closer to what people want. They don't mind the action-based combat. I think they care about hitting somebody who has a big health bar and having to hit them because your sword's not your Assassin's Creed blade doesn't do enough damage, so it can't one-shot people. That doesn't happen in this game, which I think is what people want.
Okay. So you saying it's worth the 50?
Yeah. The game is like over X. I don't know how long it is, but I'm pretty sure it's over like 15
it's like 40 hours. I looked on how long to beat.
Yeah, you know
that's main quest with some side like, but
I don't know if
just
I'm
the story's like
this.
25 hours.
Yeah.
Or you
Okay. If it's
surprised with
25,
those.
yeah. If it's 2025, I'll probably beat it. But if it's 40-hour beat, we'll get as far as we can, and then I got to keep moving. But I said before, I think this is a dub for Ubisoft. I think this is a good job. I don't think this is just a port. I don't think this is just we just have how some people are trying to paint it. We're like they just changed the lighting and that's it. Like no, if you
This game
actually
is
genuinely
gorgeous.
play it, it's a very gorgeous. But like Shadows was gorgeous. Ubisoft for the last couple of Assassin's Creed games, they've been good. They've been on their shit when it comes from a technical standpoint. I feel like they've always they've gotten way better optimized since Unity. They've learned their lesson, and I think they've really been pushing their engine. I think that the issue we've been running to in a while is that Ubisoft they've been doing a way better job at their technical side of stuff. Outside of I think that Star Wars game had a couple issues, but the Assassin's Creed side, it seems like they've gotten really good with the Anvil engine. It runs really well, and their graphic side and environments are like literally like they're mind blowing. But I think a lot of it's just like, okay, can the game design step up? Can y'all really start to push something new that really is going to excite me? So for the people who have just like, I've seen this song and dance before, I don't think this is really going to be for you. But I think if you love Black Flag and you miss it and you kind of want to relive it, but get to see it in a new context, I think it's worth it for those people. And if you're like me, if you never played it before because you had an animosity towards the franchise after 3, and now you actually grew up and you're just like, I'm not holding this grudge anymore, then I'd say I think it's a fun time.
Okay. This is one I would maybe pick up like on a Steam sale, but
I think you should replay it. You specifically, I'd be curious to see you replay it to see if your opinion changes about it.
It could be your November game.
Yeah, it could be your November game.
It won't change because it has no implications on unless because they did at 6 hours of content.
I'm telling you that, but that's
unless they change the implications on the timeline, he's just to me a character that.
So if I can get it, I'll try to beat it the best I can. But if I beat it and I do see something I'm like, I think you should play it, I'll let you know. I'll say you should play it again.
I don't want to waste 40, 50 hours.
I don't want you to go through 40 and be like, this is the same thing. Like,
especially because I did 75 hours on Shadows and Shorty never became an assassin.
Not me, bro.
I couldn't do it.
I remember I saw Ace, and Ace had like 68 hours on my Ubisoft account, and his Ubisoft thing, and he was like, "Yeah, man, I'm only like halfway through." So I turned it on. I was like, "I'm never touching Shadows again, bro." I said, "No, I'm not doing that, man."
It was a struggle.
Games.
I can't do that, bro. Beautiful game. My God, that game had an amazing environment.
Shout out to Obama Mountain.
Yeah, the Obama Mountain. No, bro. I've made a promise myself. Ubisoft games, y'all got 10 hours, and if I'm not hooked, I'm getting off. Especially if it's an open world game.
Okay. That's Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced, $50 out right now. Another game that released, not a full game, but an expansion to the Grand Blue Fantasy relink. It is called Endless Ragnarok. Ms. Watts has been on it. If you're unfamiliar with this expansion, it adds new characters, new areas, new ways to make your characters even more overpowered, as well as an overhaul on various different mechanics inside of the game. You've been streaming it. Give us the 411 on this, Watts. The good, bad, and the ugly.
Yeah, so Grand Blue Fantasy Relink first came out in 2024. I initially had no interest in it, but then all of my friends who are Monster Hunter players were like, this game is kind of like Monster Hunter when it comes to the end game. You should check it out. I'm like, okay, nothing's coming out. Came out at a really good time, kind of like this expansion. And yeah, it's really good. So for people who know absolutely nothing, and then I'll get into the expansion, it's a mixture of a couple games. I would say it's kind of like Monster Hunter in the end game in the way that you can do 4-player co-op, you can play it solo or online. You're going and hunting bosses, breaking parts off of them, and then taking them home and upgrading your weapons, upgrading your characters, upgrading all the different things of your character to make them stronger. So that gameplay loop of like, I need this material to upgrade the thing, I'm going to go hunt this boss to get the thing, and it's that same gameplay loop of Monster Hunter. So that's why Monster Hunter fans tend to get really into it, because it's the addicting loop that they like. But they do also have a campaign, and you can play this solo, and this can kind of feel like almost Tales of Arise or Final Fantasy, where you have your character and you have a party, and you can level up your character and you can level up your party with weapons, builds. There's a ton of different builds. And you're going through this campaign, and there's a story, there's cutscenes, there's all that good stuff. So it's kind of a mixture of that when you're playing it. It's got, I think, 29 characters now from the Grand Blue world. You don't need to know anything about Grand Blue before you play this. And each character is a completely different playstyle. They have a different mechanic to them. And it's kind of like if you would play Monster Hunter, you use a bunch of different weapons, and the game is totally different depending on the weapon you use. It's the same way with this and the characters that you pick. So yeah, full cinematic story campaign. I think the art is really cool. Characters have distinct personalities, different movesets. Then you get to the end game. And people love this game. It was a big surprise. I think basically the gacha game paid for this game. Shout out to the whales, because I'm getting great RPGs because of them. And we kind of thought that that would be it. But then they randomly announced an expansion. They're like, it's coming summer. Okay. So this expansion came out. It's Endless Ragnarok. It adds, again, more campaign, more bosses, more characters, different ways to build your characters with these things called sigils. You can now summon things to the field. So you can actually like turn into a dragon. You can turn into all sorts of things. And the way that those work, if you've played Neo, and you use like the yokai and you equip them and they have like stats on them, but you can also like summon them. They work exactly the same way. They also introduced a roguelike mode to it, because one of the big problems with the end game of Grand Blue Fantasy Relink initially was that if you wanted to upgrade the highest level weapon or farm for the highest level weapon, you would just fight the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. So they added this roguelike mode where you can target farm specific upgrade materials by doing a roguelike, which is way more interesting because you have different things that you're coming to contact with, different routes that you go, different enemies. You have different builds that you can make on the fly. So
wait, are you saying instead of doing like the traditional just running around in the grass and looking for something, you can just run the roguelike mode and you get a different run every time, so you can grind for that gear?
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually kind of fire.
And then when you finish it, there's like a big list of like things that you can choose rewards wise. And it will be like, this is for like weapon upgrades. This is for your sigils, which is another part of your build. And it will tell you every single material that you can get from that. And you just pick the one you want. And then you get a bunch of materials for the thing you're trying to upgrade. So I'm loving it. It's been really fun because there's Power Worlds come out right now, but for me, there's not really anything that has released right now that I'm like super excited to play. And I loved the base game of this game. And I've seen a lot of people kind of finding out about the game with this expansion, and they're all loving it. Everyone's addicted. Everyone who has picked it up is addicted. And I've only played one character since the expansion came out. So I still have so many others that I need to delve into. I'm obviously not done with the campaign yet. I'm not in the end game yet. So I got a long way to go. Oh, also, it's on PlayStation, PC, and it just launched on Switch too. It has crossplay. It is, if you are on PlayStation, it's possible that you might have picked up this game for free because it was a part of the PS Plus thing at some point. If you are interested in the expansion, it's $30 to get the expansion. So you might have the game for free.
I watched Watts play it, and I was like, for a second, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was Final Fantasy 14. I stared, I was like, is this 14? I was like, it looks like the same, like rotations moving around the boss. I was watching fight the Lucifer person. I was staring, I was like, this, if I closed my eyes, like if I was squinting, I could see 14 like straight up through it. When people were saying it's Monster Hunter, and I was staring, I was like, this looks like a 14.
It's Monster Hunter. If the monsters were Final Fantasy 14
bosses. Yeah, I was like, this is 14. You know what's funny is I bought the game when you told me, so like I did buy it. I just haven't had a chance to play it. God damn, it has so many stuff to play. But I do plan on playing it over the summer. So a friend of mine also told me it's really good on Steam Deck. So I was like, okay, even better. So it's like it runs really well on Steam Deck. So
runs really well on Steam
It looks
Deck.
like a fun game. I remember when it first came out, I was just like, this game looks sick. I remember they were previewing it. I was like, this game looks sick, but I never got around to playing it. I was aware of Grand Blue, the IP of it. But I didn't really play gacha games like that. So
the characters are so cool, man.
Who's the hottest chick?
Oh, there's so many.
Who's the best girl?
There's a big booby dragon girl.
This game is hella gooned out. The trailer was full of big titty demons in this joint, bro. I was like, okay.
I was gonna have Watts start a war. I was like, who's best girl in the game?
I'm using Frau at the moment. She's like I don't know if she's a cat or a dog or a wolf or what, but she's people keep describing her as like Bayonetta because she kicks. Like her weapon is her shoes, and she has a pact with the devil. So half of her attacks are like demon attacks, half of the attacks are human attacks, and she builds up a big gauge to.
Oh, is that with the Bayonetta? Like I saw the big feet and stuff kicking through portals or whatever. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
It looks cool.
What's
It's really good.
I just added it to my Steam wish list, so if I can get it for dirt cheap, I'll pick it up.
Yeah, I got it for 30, I think, somewhere.
I wish I would have known it was on PlayStation. How long ago was that? I would have downloaded it.
I don't know when that was.
Unless it's for PS
Probably a
Plus
while ago.
Premium. I don't got
It
that
was
shit.
that. I think it's the PS Plus thing.
It's real good. Yeah, I recommend look into it. If you're looking for a game that you can get addicted to a gameplay loop and get real excited to keep grinding for stuff, it's a real good one.
I wonder how many PlayStation people downloaded that for free, thinking that was like some type of endless roguelike Ragnarok mode for God of War Ragnarok.
They don't play those games.
Wait a minute, they do Kratos in this.
Where's Kratos?
Cool. So that's Assassin's Creed and Grand Blue. Check them games out. They fire, as our people like to say. Let's get into this news, man. I'm really curious to hear JG's opinion on this. So, in the past week since the last podcast, about was it a podcast or two ago, it was revealed that Sony was going to be in 2028 discontinuing the support of physical media. The internet went into an uproar. It actually got more views than the last GTA, was it trailer or whatever, a tweet or pre-order tweet or whatever. So like a lot of people were pissed about this. And people were saying they were going to boycott Sony. They said no physical, no buy. Not something I personally said, but I saw it. I saw it a lot on the internet.
I saw it.
And ladies and gentlemen, a week later, Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and 2 was ported to the PS5 digital only, full price. Plus you had to pay for the DLC, and they removed 3 game modes. So you paid more and got less. And ladies and gentlemen, I remember waking up when this dropped, and my whole timeline was just full of videos going viral. Call of Duty's back. And every video was the same. It was either a video of people saying slurs and crazy shit in the lobbies. Not gonna lie, I shed a tear, but I was like, I let that go. That's my childhood. It is what it is. I let it go. And then the other was like people making just crazy ass logos. I was surprised that was still.
No, you forgot the other one. You forgot the other one.
What was the other one?
People showing how much aim assist has been put in Call of Duty lately because they can't aim. Showing they ain't real demons like we were.
Am I washed?
Yeah, like, you don't realize how much they've been helping you.
We've been saying for years that game is for casuals, and now all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, have they tricked me into thinking I was good?
We said Call of Duty back in the day, there was not that level of aim magnetism like there is now, man.
An SMG, you had to be close. You couldn't shoot it across the map like the new ones. But it is what it is. But yeah, long story short, a lot of people ended up buying it. Funny enough, I went on a whole rant on my stream, and I will say respectfully, a lot of people in the chat did admit they regret buying it. Like I seen several people say within like an hour they were like, damn, and they couldn't refund it. I think a lot of y'all were chasing y'all childhood and realized that ain't coming back. It wasn't the Black Ops, but I want to hear your take on this. Paid for the DLC, the game, less features, the folding on the no buy, no physical, no buy. JG just down there smiling. What's your thoughts on the Call of Duty community?
They were mad at me, man. They were mad at me. The funny thing, it was months ago. I remember when this was rumored that Black Ops 1 and 2 were going to come to the PS4 and PS5, and they announced like what the prices might be. And I said it back then.
Yes.
I said, if these are $40 each and no DLC, I was like, I'm not getting this. And I remember D-Man and BG and the other UTX members, they were like, we back. And I was like, please don't, y'all. Like I know y'all. Like, please don't do this. I know that y'all want that nostalgia. The nostalgia is hitting like crack now. I get it, yo. Like, we are in a terrible state of the world right now. People just want that old thing back. So they like, man, just give me anything. Like, I'm gonna just take it. So Black Ops 1 and 2 was the thing that really got y'all back. Like, I think that's the thing that like really gets me more than anything. It took those games to get y'all back. I heard every excuse in the book. Obviously, outside of nostalgia, they said that, oh man, the game is $20 if you got PS Plus. My rebuttal to that was, I thought y'all canceled it, huh? Like, I thought y'all canceled y'all PS Plus. So how are y'all getting the game for $20? I said it's a sale. It's a discount. You know what discounts are? You know what sales are? They're temporary, right? The regular price is $40. Let's stay there. If they're still charging you $40 for these 16 and 14-year-old games, you got finesse. You got hit with the marketing tactic. That's to reel you back in after all that bitching you did for a whole week about how you're not going to support Sony. I said, they got you, bro. They got you. The second excuse, they said, I want to play with my friends again. I said, well, what have you been doing for the past 16 years, right? This, the funny thing about all of this actually shows you how terrible Call of Duty has become. After Black Ops 2, Call of Duty went to shit, bro. The only thing that I really enjoyed after Black Ops 2, to be honest, was probably the remake of Modern Warfare. That's when I came back. I barely played Black Ops 3. We played that for a little bit, but it didn't feel the same.
Black Ops 3 played that for a lot. We did not play. There was a lot of time.
I played a lot. I liked Black Ops 3.
We put a lot on Black Ops 3.
We didn't play Black Ops 3. We didn't play Black Ops 3 as long as we did the other titles. I'll say that. We played it for a little bit, but I was kind of out of the loop.
How much I put on it?
Yeah, I was kind of out of the loop with Black Ops 3. And that ain't nothing. That's child's play.
I think console. I think I had it on console too. No, we were playing on PC.
Yeah, that was PC. Yeah, it was PC by that time. And then after that, I was like, nah, like I just wasn't feeling it. Like I tried them out. I tried all the Call of Duties, but like I just wasn't feeling any of them.
Three's aged, I think. Interesting enough, I think 3 beat a lot of the allegations because I feel like when that game first came out, people did not like it as much. And I feel like it's aged though relatively really well. Like I feel like a lot of people
4 was terrible.
4 was bad. Yeah, 4 aged terribly.
Yeah.
But I think 3. I remember when 3 first came out. It was a lot of like obviously it was Titanfall comparisons because it was a year after Titanfall. Right, but I remember a lot of people were saying how like they thought Titanfall or not Titanfall 3. They were saying Black Ops 3 was. I mean, when we played it, TBH, you said too because you were like, damn, you were like. This is before we knew Titanfall 2 was coming out, or was it after? When did this come out? Hold on, I'm checking.
Yeah, now I guess when Black Ops.
November 6th, 2050. So this is before Black Ops. I mean, this is before Titanfall 2. We were saying we were playing. It was like, damn, this is what Titanfall was supposed to be when it first came out. So, yeah. I like the campaign for this. I know. Oh man, that campaign actually was kind of crazy on 3.
Yeah, so I don't know. But yeah, people had their mixed opinions about Black Ops 3, but again, I digress. I think that, overwhelmingly, especially as far as the Treyarch saga and their slew of games, people overwhelmingly say that Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 was like the heyday. Like that was the quintessential Call of Duty for them. Like 90%. you've said it multiple times, Ethos, you prefer the Treyarch games. You love Black Ops 1 to Black Ops 2. Black Ops 1, I wasn't feeling as much, but Black Ops 2 definitely, it brought it back for me. But I was more of the Infinity War type of person. I love the original Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2. And then I know that Flock says it all the time, but he loves Modern Warfare 3. And I played it a lot, but it wasn't my favorite, right? We did put a lot of time into it.
That's a dog shit opinion.
Modern Warfare 3 was Modern Warfare 3 was something else.
What's your opinion?
On Call of Duty?
Oh, Modern Warfare 3. What did you like Modern Warfare 3?
Modern Warfare 3, I look back on it and go, wow. I had it good as I was complaining every day about how much I hate this game. I hated it. I didn't know what I had.
In retrospect, it's like, yeah, maybe I was too harsh on you.
Exactly. Literally. I didn't like it at the time. But looking back, I'm like, but I was playing it though, wasn't I?
Yeah, for sure. So continuing what I was saying, I was like, damn, like if it took Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2 for you to like play with your friends again and get your friends back, I'm like, are they really your friends? Like, what were you doing during this whole 16-year period? Like apparently playing, like y'all were just playing separately, just playing other things. I don't know what y'all were doing. But I was like, damn, like my day one's here. I'm like, we've been playing so many other things. I think that we collectively did like kind of break off of Call of Duty. Then we came back a little bit, but like I think overall, like our sentiments were pretty aligned when it came to the Call of Duty franchise and it going downhill. So I don't know what it was for other friend groups, but I just found it very interesting. I'm not gonna say strange, but I found it very interesting how people were like, I simply bought this because my friends knew about it and they want to play it again, so I'm going to play it with my friends. I'm like, okay, man, like it's interesting to me. That's all I got to say. But I think I just want to get back to like the price. I think if regular price was $20 and the DLC was included, because I think that's the real kicker for me outside of it being a port. We're not talking about a remake here. This is a straight port from the PS3 version, right? So you're going to have some bugs. Yeah, you're going to have some of those same bugs and issues. Like, this isn't a remake, y'all. So I want y'all to understand that. And then I know that it's, it's controversial here, but we're in 2026. I would have liked to have seen some crossplay, not staying within the PlayStation ecosystem. So that was a little weird to me too. But apparently people didn't have a problem with that. Apparently you can play with PS4 players, the broke PS4 players, so y'all can all play together. I'm like, cool, fine, but you've already segmented your audience there. So overall, like, I don't know how, like, and I heard somebody else brought up opinion too. They was like, what if you were 4 years old in 2010 when Black Ops 1 came out, and now you want to play it because you heard so many people say that it was the best Black Ops, it was the best Call of Duty. I'm like, I'm not talking about the people who were 4 years old in 2010. The majority of the people who bought this already played and owned the game. Yeah. So I'm like, so y'all are buying it over, but it's really the nostalgia that is getting y'all. Like you're literally saying, hey, I want to play this again because I want that old feeling back from when Call of Duty was the best. For when
you know what it is, JG? It's people going, I remember being happy then. So if I just play it again, I'll be happy.
I don't think people want to admit that part. Like literally what you said is not playing with your friends again. It's I remember a time when I was happy. And I don't know how racism.
Now you're miserable.
Racism brought back to when it was happy. Yeah. But hey man, apparently y'all loved it. Apparently y'all loved it.
I'll take it a step further. It's not just about they felt happy. They do remember that, but also I look at the demographics on our analytics. The average person who watches our videos are between 24 and 35. And that's a lot of people that were excited about these ports. I mean, look at this video right here. This podcast. I got gray in my beard now. JG got gray. Ethos hair gray. Watt's hair green. What's it? And I'm pretty sure you watching, you're probably graying a little bit too. You see that in the mirror. You say, damn. And then you hear about that Black Ops 2 and it reminds you of your youth. And you got back on the game and realized, man, it's not what I thought it would be. I feel like this is the mature version of Nintendo. They got you with that. Now PlayStation, we're going to see PlayStation and Xbox start pulling that Nintendo card. Don't fall for it. They're going to tug on them heartstrings or whatever.
I know that like people our age and everyone listening's age are the ones who are going to be buying games. Like the kids, it's really hard to break into that demographic because they're playing they're playing a game too. They're playing Roblox. They're playing Minecraft. They're playing a game. Stuff. They're not trying to play like all the games. So you're going to see more and more companies keep hitting on nostalgia to try and get you to give up your money.
Yeah, the beta's getting you. But to finish off before I pass it off, it's just it's really bad. And I've heard people argue. They was like, the majority of people that play Call of Duty is a casual crowd, which is true. But the main thing that I felt really disappointed in were like the people who were outwardly like vocal about the whole PlayStation thing in the physical disc, and they were like, no disc, no buy, but literally a week later, they were like, man, I bought that Black Ops 1 and 2. And those are the people. Then I'm like, really? Like that, like that's all that it took. I don't care about the casual crowd so much because they're going to do what they do. The ball and gun gamers just want to play whatever. So they don't even listen to this podcast. They're not on Twitter. They don't know what's going on. They don't even know that there was a boycott, happening. Like they just like forget it. Like it was y'all did so much, but y'all crashed freaking PSN, bro. I'm like, what? Over this old game, y'all crashed the servers? Wow, that's the
digital only server, by the way.
Digital only,
that's supposed to be the digital future. We're supposed to have all our games on. The one that just crashed.
That's insane. I was like, bro, you can't go in a bargain bin and go get it. Oh, and they said, like you mentioned earlier, T-Base, they were like, oh man, we not playing the version on PS3. We're not playing the old version because they're hacked. And I'm like, huh. If the old servers are hacked, what do you think gonna happen with these servers? What do you think gonna happen with these
servers? Got hacked because they don't care. It's gonna happen to the new ones too.
Don't care. Exactly. So what's gonna be your excuse? I literally have a rebuttal to everything that y'all are saying. So I'm just like, look, at the end of the day, it's a bad buy. And they were like, oh no, YouTube broke to get it. Now here go the nigga excuses. YouTube broke. Get out my pockets. And I'm like, you know what? I'm like, at this point, I generally don't care about what y'all get, but this one I got to put a hard stand on. This was a terrible buy. Anybody who does it, bro, I'm just like, you really got to think about why you made this purchase and how long are you truly going to be on these old games? Like you really gonna be on these games for months and months, just wasting your life away trying to get that old thing back? You're not. It's just gonna be a hit. It's gonna be a dopamine hit, and you're gonna keep it moving. So you just wasted $40 on a game that you probably have in your closet already that you haven't played in a while. nah, you gotta leave that stuff in the past, bro. I get it. The world is terrible, but it's only going to be a temporary hit. You still live in 2026. We're still messed up, and it's only going to get worse. So I just want people to be smarter about their purchases, because this was just not a good purchase, no matter how you try to slice it.
I'll make it even worse. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all something really simple. Okay, I said it on Twitter, and I got attacked heavily for it. I said it. If you bought $40 on this thing, you just get lubed up. Go ahead, get you some P. Diddy baby oil. Go ahead and lube yourself up.
I'd argue that's no lube either. But...
No. They're gonna lube them up because they felt good about it. They said they ready for it. They'll make it easy for Sony. That's basically what they do. If you lube yourself up, you saying, Sony, I'm ready to be penetrated. And that's what you did. We talked literally a week ago about no digital, no buy. And you know what's crazy? There was a bunch of bigger Twitter users who were big, quote unquote, they're kind of Sony sided people who prefer Sony. That's their play platform. And they were on this site not only just a week ago talking about they are very disappointed in Sony and that they're not gonna support any of digital pushes, and they're gonna be boycotting, or they're gonna be outraged about this. And then these were the same people. You can find their tweets still up today talking about, as a game person, I need to be I am a gamer and a reviewer, so I must obtain this thing. No backbone. I told y'all these people are man children, bro. They went out, cried, and then when it was time to prove it, time to put your money where your mouth was, you couldn't do it. And anybody here, I'm sorry, you paid $40 for that. You like being boned. You just do. You can just admit that and just say yes. I like when the corporation shoves me, and I'm gonna explain why. You know what's crazy? I have long-term memory, a really good memory. And I remember a couple years ago, we have a tale of two cities here. I remember a couple years ago, the Call of Duty games that we're talking about right now already came out, got repushed, got ported to the modern consoles, and got their servers updated. Y'all remember these? What's this, motherfucker? What is this? This is called a physical copy. You know who this is? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, TBH, but did not Xbox, when they acquired Activision, did they not fix the servers and boot the game up? And because Xbox had done, what was that thing, TBH? Backwards compatibility. I could take my old ass Call of Duty Black Ops 1. Wait, that ain't Black Ops 1. That's Tales of Arise. That's somewhere else. This one got Black Ops 2. There you go. That's Black Ops 2. But that was just a prove idea. The Black Ops 1's in my Xbox right now. But I'm trying to make a point here is that it's crazy to me that I didn't pay $40 for each of these. It's each, right? I'm paying for
each.
So I paid nothing. I bought these back when they first came out at launch. These are my OG copies on my Series X. And Xbox, when they bought Activision, got the servers up and running, and I was able to put the disc in my Xbox, and I was able to play it right away without paying anything. What we're experiencing right now has already happened. How long ago was that? When did they get Activision? A year ago? 2 years ago?
2 years
2024?
ago.
2 years ago?
Not that long ago.
What? We just had it happen. And think about that. Y'all are sheep. You will literally have such short-term memory that you forgot that. And then you went and bought them again. For less content. There was more content on this.
You know, it's funny. I'd argue this situation is proving my point of why.
Sorry, for the people who are an audio only, I'm showing physical copies of Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. If you're hearing the shaking, yeah, that's what that is.
I'd argue this situation is exactly what I fear, that Sony, if they go this only digital route, they could pull a Disney Vault situation, especially because what you were saying, Ethos, people got such short-term memory. Who's stopping Sony from unlocking Black Ops 1 and 2 right now, and then 10, 15 years later, they pull it out and charge you another $70 for it. And it's just a lazy port. Get it now, because you never know when it's going to appear on the PlayStation. I know when it's going to appear in 5 years from now. And they could jack up the price and stuff like that. It's a shame with what's going on with this situation. Wait, you just say something, Ethos?
I said, yeah. Sorry. I was going to say, do you feel like that's already happened, though? Don't you feel like that's already been a cycle where we've seen certain games that have just constantly been remastered and ported to the next console, and then to GTA,
GTA, Last of Us?
Do you think Last of Us? Do you think that's already been they've already been programming us to already be okay with that? Yeah.
So you predict it's gonna get even worse then?
Oh yeah. Once the digital license, by the way, servers totally went down, so crashed. So, this is supposed to be our great and powerful PSN that's supposed to carry the entire digital. And I want you to imagine every single next game that comes out that's massive. Okay, yeah. I want you to think about that. That comes out crashing the server every single time.
Just wait until Little Squad get to it. Little Squad loves crashing Sony servers. I don't know.
They do.
Yeah, that's a pass. That's a Christmas special. That's
they
a Christmas
really
special.
do.
We'll see how much you like when you
now that I think about it, how's that gonna work if the PS6 is all digital and I want to play a single player game that I downloaded, but a big multiplayer game comes out and crashes the servers? Is it gonna keep me from being able to play the single player game too because it's tied to the PlayStation Online?
What did the Xbox One want to do? What did the Xbox One want to do?
I didn't even think about it. Like, wait a minute. What about the single player game? What do you think
they're gonna do? A digital check-in? How much time do you think you're gonna have before they make you check in your discs again?
Man, it's bad, bro. And I want people to understand it. Again, I understand that the physical part was like the main driver in this boycott, but it's not just that. It's not just that. We literally spoke about the PS3 and the PS Vita stores going away. We talked about the movies that went away. Like, we talked about Blue Point Studios and the whole bunch of situation. It's a multitude of things that have compiled upon itself. So for people just to be focusing on, because it's the physical, people didn't care about physical. I don't care about physical because I'm digital only. You got to think about the whole microscopic thing of what's been happening over this year. Like, it's like I mean, just take this year, but we can bring this years back. Like I've said it a long time, especially since Microsoft has been in the news for a lot of terrible business decisions that they've been doing, but Sony is no slouch here. Sony does not care about you either. Sony's been flying under the radar, and the reason why they've gotten so egotistical is because they won the last 2 generations. They've won those wars. So outside of after Xbox 360, Sony just took off. Like, and then before then, it was a PS2 era. So again, Sony had been winning a lot of these generations. So yeah, they're very just high up there, and they don't care what happened. They don't care what they think about you, because at the end of the day, what did you just show them this week? What did you just show them this week? Like, you folded like Kalani, bro. You folded like a lawn chair. You did it so quickly, bro. And it's like, all I'm asking y'all to do is just vote with your wallet. These are 2 games that you probably already have or have already had. You played it. It's done. Let it be back there. Port. You did not have to buy it again. I'm telling you.
On a decade port. I want
vote
you
with your wallet, bro. Vote with your wallet.
Decade port. You literally could not. That's why when I said that a lot of y'all, not everybody, but and I'm not saying everybody listening to this, you guys are all this person, but y'all know the people I'm talking about. Man, children, you have no self-control. Think about that. You have no sort of control that you could not just hold off on a port. Maybe just even a week. Maybe just say, hey, you know what? I'm going to pass on it. For an old game, you couldn't do it.
When I was streaming and talking about this, somebody in the chat said, well, what do we do then? And I remember I just lost it. I screamed. I said, don't buy the fucking game. It's like, I don't know what else to say. Like, we are really like in a literacy comprehension crisis, because like, I feel like we're spelling it out pretty simple, but you always got to remember, just because you playing spades doesn't mean they are. They might be playing Uno. You just don't fucking know, bro.
This is our fault. We shouldn't have been so lenient to be like, you know what? You can buy whatever you want with your money. No, we're done with that now. We're done. I'm gonna slander you. Yeah, that is your money. You know what? You're a dumbass for wasting your money on it. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I agree with you, Ethos. I'm on that type of time.
I'm no longer gonna be on that. What I used to say, which is like, it's your money. I'm gonna try to convince you into it. I've tried to convince you for the past decade that you shouldn't be doing some of this dumb shit. At this point, we're bullying you now. I'm gonna insult you.
Somebody called me a bully. Somebody called me a bully the other day, bro. I'm like, really?
I'm gonna bully you. I'm gonna insult you. You know what? You can take it as it is, bro. You're a grown ass man. You'll be all right, bro.
It's so bad to the point. It's so bad to the point that somebody left a comment on one of my videos saying that like we need to think about potentially dissecting the ball and gun name. They was like, can we just remove and split them? Because on the flip side, that's the negative. The gun side, they was fucking up. On the positive side, the ball side, they had a good week. They had a good week.
Hey, yeah.
So this was a real comment, by the way. This wasn't just me segueing. I've seen this before. So like what I'm talking about is in the past week, College Football 2070 came out, and it got into some hot water because the single player mode, Road to Glory, which is kind of like 2K's My Career mode, where you make your own player and then you rise through the ranks of college football. It had pay to win microtransactions in the game. So not only did you have to pay $70 for the game, but the single player was super grindy. Mind you, there's no online functionality. This is just a single player story mode. And it cost $100 to max out your player because it was so grindy. So like, shout out to the college football community. A lot of people was making videos, tweets, just bitching at EA. And I didn't know where this was going to go. And then literally like 48 hours later, they came out and they released a statement basically saying, we saw your feedback, and then starting tomorrow, we remove all paid progression options from Road to Glory and Online Dynasty. An unfortunate side effect of removing paid progression is that players have college point balances in their wallets, so will not be able to apply the balances in Road to Glory or Dynasty. Basically, if you spend money, you lost it. But anyways, they reversed it. It worked. Vote with your wallet. I think everybody in here had like a viral tweet talking about this shit. Ethos, I think yours is the first one I seen. What were your thoughts on this? Shout out to the college football community.
Don't ever tell me we have to accept things the way that they are. That's it. That's literally just it. We have seen this happen time again. Xbox, EA, Blizzard. We have seen that your voice does matter, and if everybody stands up on something, stands on business and on principle, you can get them to. You can shift mountains. When we talk about GTA 6, when we talk about PlayStation 6, remember Xbox thought they were at the top too, and they're still suffering from that. I say every day. I told everybody here, going back to church, you know what I do? I go to the pew, I sit down there, I pray, and I say, God, I need GTA 6 to flop. Please, please, God. It's been a minute, but I need you to make this flop for the betterment of the world. I think this game needs to flop, man. I'm there's too many scary aspects here. We need to have some great reset here. And I just don't know how many times we can have these examples of these things where even when people are just trying to pick it apart and be like, oh, well, it's not everything. It's something. It's something. It's better than like you saying nothing and then them just doing it. And this is what happens. We've gone too long where people just do that same type of argument where it's like, oh, it's just a small thing. Oh, it doesn't matter. We gave them an inch. Then they took a mile. Well, guess what? We're looking now. We're a decade later, and they've taken laps on us. It's not even they've done whole ass marathons on us constantly, and there's nobody. And most of y'all now are just accepting it, or y'all defending it. Y'all sucking up to the corporation. So I don't know what else we could do when we show stuff like this, and we talk about all these other things in the future. Again, shout out to the balls. No guns.
The balls.
Only the balls.
All balls, no
Shout out to the ball
guns.
gamers, not the gun, the ball gamers.
Yeah. Only to the balls. Shout out to y'all, bro, because y'all stood on business. Unfortunately, we already know y'all cousins, the 2K community ain't going to do this. You can show them the path forward, but they're not going to do this.
It was so many tweets like that.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to get the 2K community to do this. I was like, you asking a lot for that.
They're lost.
I think
they're lost.
Bro.
Yeah.
They could never.
Yeah.
Freaking this is great news. And I feel like on this stream, we wag the finger, rightfully so, a lot. So I do think it's important to let people know, hey, good job. I'm proud of the college football community. I said y'all didn't like this shit, and it works. Group economics.
That's the thing, man. Yeah, companies need to make money, and if you are like, well, I'm not giving you any more money, and you don't, then they're gonna make changes to make you give them more money. That's how it works. So I like what Ethos said. I don't want to hear anything about having to accept anything in this world, because if you collectively come together enough to make sure that you're not being like, I want to spend $70 and also spend $400 on microtransactions, then you can make a difference. So, shout out to them.
Jay, any
Good
thoughts?
Nah, consumers hold all the power. I don't understand why y'all don't get this yet. We hold the power. The companies make services and products for the consumers. If the consumers say, hey, I have a problem with that, I don't want to purchase that, I don't want to engage in that, guess what they're going to do? If they get someone backlash and it hits the pockets, then they're going to be like, hey, there's something going on here. We need to do this. I found this hilarious because outside of this, I don't know if y'all peep. This doesn't have to do with gaming, but Meta, also with their AI stuff, they also reneged within a day. I've seen.
Wait, what happened with that? I don't know that one.
Okay, so Meta AI introduced its quiet feature on Instagram, which they always do. They introduced a feature where you can take someone's photos, images on Instagram, and you can make AI. You can make AI content out of it.
I found it,
and it was a quiet feature, and it was automatically checked for you because that's what they do. They try to get you, and so I've seen so many critics, even Marcus Brownlee. They were like, "Yo, Meta introduced this feature. Here's how you disable it. Go into your setting, do this." And so I was like, "Yep, let me do that immediately."
It's the same thing with that location thing. Remember that location update?
Yep, that location. Yep, that was another one. We was like, "What the hell? Like, no, nobody wants this." So that could be dangerous. dangerous. So yeah, Meta been trying to introduce a lot of weird stuff that's very anti-consumer and could get you hurt. So this was another one. Literally within a day, Meta came out and said, "Nope, we missed the mark." Which please stop saying this, consumers. I mean, corporations, please stop saying we missed the mark. We're done with that. Y'all didn't miss the mark. Y'all didn't miss the mark. What happened was y'all hit the mark. It just was the wrong target. Okay, y'all hit the wrong target. So please stop saying we missed the mark, because EA said that too. Ethos,
You're muted.
I was gonna say, you know what J. Cole said. You went a long way, but you went the wrong way.
Yeah. So Meta also said they took that feature out. So like I said, that was literally 2 instances within 48 hours. Them and EA. That again, with people speaking out about it, you made a change. So I do not want to hear ever again that you as a consumer cannot make a difference. Vote with your wallet and voice your opinion and be loud about it.
Words have meaning. When they come out with a product, you have to give them your money. Remember, you didn't have to buy the Black Ops 2 port. You had to give it to them. Stop. Fucking awesome. Stop.
For all you PlayStation, I saw it on Twitter. Ain't nothing on that PSN worth $140 bill, bro. Ain't nothing.
Ain't nothing. So freaking moving on to the Xbox side of things. A lot of negative news coming out of the Xbox camp. Well, you had to get a positive story in there. Thank God. I feel like it's been
That's
a
the
while.
only one tonight. That's the only one tonight.
For real, though.
In the lightning round that made me very happy. Blessed day, blessed day.
Yeah, we definitely we got some stuff to light around for sure.
This was kind of positive. So Bethesda's union confirms that the Xbox layoffs are going to happen. They aren't going out quietly. Basically, Bethesda's union came out and said they are fully prepared and they are going to protest. What they're protesting for: better severance packages. Also being properly notified if there are layoffs, not finding out on Twitter, but also they said that they want to be relocated within the company. They want priority for that. Just basic human rights, basic human rites. Nothing too crazy.
Just doing everything you can before doing the worst possible thing. That's why when we look at Arcane and why Arcane is not just being cut is because in France they have very, 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 very strict rules around this kind of thing, laws around this kind of thing. And it's just that you have to prove laws. It's helpful.
What is that? I've never heard of that in America.
Laws and regulations. Oh, man.
Does America have those things?
It's crazy. You have to prove that it's like we have no other choice. We have literally nothing else that we can do. We cannot move these people into the company. We cannot we have no wiggle room at all. And then you can go ahead and do it.
Fun fact, I learned that did used to be a thing in America. I think I was watching a YouTube video or something like that. And in my opinion, Ronald Reagan is the devil. He's the worst president of all time. But it was Ronald Reagan dismantled a lot of that shit. Because it used to be you had to have an absolute reason to lay people off. But when Reagan came into play and deregulated a lot of things, he made it to where, if you just want to skim some people off the books so you can make some extra money, you could do that too, and then you can turn a profit that way. I said, great, another reason to hate Reagan. I got a lot of reasons. I got a lot of reasons.
The list got, that meme where there's the thing where women say men can't if men do something, it's not masculine, and there's that big
shout out to Southside Gun. Shout out to Southside Gun.
Let's add it to the list.
Freaking but yeah, I'm 100% in support of this, especially with the way things have been going down with Xbox. Man, pay them people. If you are gonna lay them off, give them a good severance. You can't be tweeting shit out. This shit is lame. They make the games that we love.
Try and find them jobs in the company, man. Try and find as many jobs as you can for people.
And I'm War Bethesda over here, and I still support it. I don't want to see people go out like that. This one was interesting. This article came out from Bloomberg. Apparently, Xbox was using the profits from Minecraft to subsidize the rest of the Xbox business. Do we believe this?
Yes, 100%.
Yes, absolutely.
Damn.
Why do you believe it? Why?
Minecraft is extremely popular and it makes a lot of money. I don't know how. Does it have microtransactions?
That's what I was thinking, because in my head when I read this, I squinted at this and I said, because remember, they bought Minecraft 10 years after it was already popular. And so they're damn, y'all still printing money like that?
I heard the mobile versions or whatever it is, are they still sell hotcakes or something, apparently. I don't know.
I know it's still $30 on most platforms, and I think it's sold 300+ million or something.
Jeez.
No, it's crazy.
People usually buy on multiple platforms. Minecraft people buy on every platform. That's the thing. They're very.
You know what it is? The marketplace thing. So doesn't Minecraft have the thing where you can do like texture packs, world mods, stuff like that?
Yeah.
And then you can use like the currency to buy that thing. And then Microsoft takes a cut of every transaction and the creators of it get 50%. But then Microsoft.
So it's like a Roblox thing, kind of like
yeah.
They have their own currency called Mine Coins.
Oh,
I
had no idea.
Yeah.
There you go.
I did not know that.
And I think they probably also have like server stuff, like if you want a private server.
More dedicated,
dedicated wham.
For my Minecraft server.
and it's interesting too that they were quote unquote using Minecraft to subsidize it, because I feel like they wouldn't have had to do that if their expectations weren't so high and they weren't overspending in the first place. Because reports came out that there's only 30 million current subscribers on Game Pass, and they wanted to reach 77 million this year, so they are far off.
77 million. Dude, like put that into perspective. I think their install base of Xbox period is like 30 million. So you need like what 40 something million on PC.
At PC, they want all those PC gamers.
The people go, oh, I will buy an Xbox for Game Pass, which I'm sure they would have loved that, but that's not going to happen.
They need them TVs.
I
just put up a calculator too. 30 million times $30 a month is almost $1 billion, and this is like a year. It's like, what the fuck were you guys?
That's what they want. They want Xbox to be $1 billion a year.
Over $1 billion. It's 900 million. I mean. I'm like, what were they? How much did all that stuff cost? Like, that's why I think my stance has always been they put the cart before the horse. They should have bought Activision or Bethesda and then stuck with one of those, put out some games, make their money back. Yeah, wait the bit. They just took on too much, I think.
Yeah, the same thing that Bungie did with their like incubation projects. They were like, we're making money. We're going to incubate like 7 games instead of being like, we've only ever had one game at a time. Let's do one game. Work on it, get it out, manage these 2 games, see how it goes, and then we can do another one. Like you can still do, some early incubation stuff, but having like that many games going is crazy.
Man, COVID gave everybody brain rot. I'm
really
convinced. Everybody brain rot. We had way too much on our chip from 1 year. 1 year of just extraordinary revenue just messed everything up. And now we're paying for it 6 years later.
Everyone's brain.
It ignited the deepest, darkest parts of that deadly sin known as greed. They said, "Ooh, what if we could keep doing this?" Right? It's like newsflash, buddy. You can't. Like, you just got lucky. Did Etho's camera go out for anybody else?
It's rebooting.
Right. I'm gonna keep recording. We're gonna let it figure that out there, buddy. Figure
keep
that
going.
out.
I'll be back.
All right.
He's still here. He's just rewarming up the camera, right?
I'm sure
putting some coal into the burner
right now.
Shows you how raw and real this podcast is.
They're trying to get rid of me.
Oh boy.
So fresh off the layoffs of id Software, they released some DLC and then they got laid off from Xbox. Some news came out. These are rumors that haven't been confirmed, but apparently a new Perfect Dark and a co-op Doom game were reportedly in the works. And apparently this Perfect Dark game had nothing to do with the one that was recently canceled. It was something completely different. And then also, like I said, there was going to make some type of co-op Doom game. Are these things? But they've been canceled. So, but are these things that would interest you, Watts?
Me personally, maybe no. I'm not a huge Doom fan. I've liked some Dooms. The last Doom that came out, the music just wasn't hitting for me, and we know why that was. And I think music is such a big part of Doom. But co-op Doom, I could see that being fun for sure. Roguelike Doom could be cool. Don't need to turn everything into a roguelike, but it could be fun. Yeah, so I think that could be fun. The Perfect Dark thing is confusing because, like, why are you making 2 Perfect Dark games and canceling both of them? Like, what are you doing? If anything, it just kind of reminds me of the game that's coming out called Crimson Moon. Is that right? Crimson Moon? Where it's a melee fighter that looks kind of like Doom. It's got like a heavy metal thing going on, and you can co-op that.
Okay.
I'm into that. But yeah, co-op Doom I think could be fun. I think that's one of the few games that I'm like, just shooting things and doing action is fun. You don't need like the story or anything like that. Their set pieces are really cool. So I think co-op could be a great addition to Doom.
I think for me, the Perfect Dark, I don't really care, but the co-op Doom is interesting. If it played like Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, not the newer one where he was more heavy on his feet, but if it was co-op Doom Eternal where it was like super fast paced, it could have been a roguelike too. That shit could have been potentially fire. I think that would have moved some units. I think that's why I wasn't interested in the Dark Ages. Once I saw how heavy it was in comparison to the other ones, I was like, why did they go backwards in terms of the gameplay? Making the character tanky. That's what I liked about Doom, the movement. What about you, Ethos? Not Ethos, but JG.
Yeah, co-op Doom would have been interesting for sure. Like I said, I think that a lot of people did not like the Dark Ages, and I stopped playing it pretty quickly. But Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal were super fire and bullet hell. So yeah, just imagine as a co-op, I think that would have been super dope. The Perfect Dark thing, that one was, I was like, whoa, like id Software was going to take a crack at that. But to be fair, it was after the initiative shut down, so literally after that got canceled in last year, then id Software was like, hey, maybe we can do some concepts on this and try it out. So that would have been super interesting. id Software taking a crack at Perfect Dark. I wanted to see that Perfect Dark, so I was sad when that ended up not even getting off the ground after we saw some previews of it. And yeah, I would have loved to see what this potential id Software version of Perfect Dark would turn into. So yeah, disappointing. But yeah, I saw a lot of OGs from id Software like come together. They have been very vocal on social media, giving their thoughts about this whole situation with id. So shout out to, even though it's a terrible situation, what's going on with Xbox and id Software also getting hit, but it also may be a blessing in disguise because now all the OGs are coming back out, like giving their like lore on like how they made Doom and Quake and like the crunch and everything that went into them creating those iconic projects that really like revolutionized the FPS genre. So that's cool to see at least.
We got Ethos' camera back. Well, but what are Ethos' thoughts?
Oh, sorry, my brain is still loading after my camera reloaded.
This man is echoing. Hold on, I'm gonna mute you. All right, go ahead.
Oh wait, yeah, no, I got you.
No, I got you. I muted it. I muted it.
So I thought about it for a second. I was like, oh yeah, Doom co-op, and then I thought about it more, and I said, oh god, it probably was going to be a live service game, so maybe we dodged the bullet. I just thought about that really quick. Perfect Dark, like I played it a little bit when I was younger, but it's not like the top of my list. Yeah, I mean, this sucks. A lot of it sucks. What else?
We can do some more negative Sony news. Want to swing it back that way?
No, hold on. I gotta slander Xbox. Hold on. Oh. Xbox, listen to me. If you cancel that Blade game, listen to me. I will hold that grudge for a very long time. I will not buy anything you try to put out. I will hold that grudge if you cancel Blade. So, but I did, interesting enough, the original creator and founder who helped create Dishonored for Arcane and was like one of the OGs from the Arcane studio. He jokingly put in the comments below, he said, how much for Arcane? And it was funny is everybody below him literally was like, no, we're dead serious. We will give you money to do this, to make this happen. We will actually help you get your independence. If y'all do some Kickstarter stuff, we will support you. And I was like, it might be a cool, like, not even cool, but it might be a very strange roundabout way that it seems like kind of what you said about id, about the ex-developers, where all the OGs have left, they're all gone, and then they're going to low-key come back later and just be part of these smaller studios by themselves. I think that might be a very deja vu moment I think the industry is going to witness. There's a lot of people who are like, yeah, we worked on those really cool games that you loved and cared about until the big corporation basically axed us and we left because it was too much. Like BioWare was the same problem, right? Like that's what happened with the OG creators, like that worked on some of the OG stuff. The two doctors, they left. Casey's gone. Casey's overdoing Star Wars and whatever. So it's like maybe those are those weird things where it's like they leave, but maybe there's a very small, like little like light at the end of the tunnel that we just don't see right now. And maybe in the future might end up being a cool opportunity for something awesome.
It's World War Bethesda over here for me. So if they do cancel Blade, y'all remember that Concordian timeline graphic that went viral? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna make my own joint. We're gonna call it the Scalebound timeline. And it's gonna be Scalebound. It's gonna be Perfect Dark on there. We're gonna put Blade. Like, look at all these games Xbox just fucking killing. It's the Scalebound timeline. That's what we talking about over here.
Okay,
I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
Spider-Man on there too, because I could have been there.
Wait, Spider-Man was supposed to be on the Xbox?
Remember they went to Xbox first about Spider-Man, the IP for Insomniac. That was they originally went to Xbox, and they said, "Nah, bro."
I don't feel like I would put that on the graphic because you got to remember the average person's stupid. They don't know that shit, bro.
Yeah, but no, that's the canon event. That's what started.
That's the catalyst.
That's what that shifted in the timeline. It didn't take Spider-Man. Yep.
Okay,
Interesting.
Okay. Well, swinging it back to Sony. We went Xbox. Let's go back to Sony. More negative news. It appears that the Sony CEO filed an SEC filing where it was revealed that he sold off half his shares of Sony right after it was revealed that PlayStation would be removing discs in 2028.
Right after, right before.
Right after.
Right after.
Yeah.
Not a fan in the vision, huh?
Well, right after is when their stock went real high because investors loved the physical thing.
It was up 3%. Correct. 48 hours it was up 3%. She is correct. So they went up. He sold out, and I predict what's going to happen is they're going to wait for that dip to happen. He's going to buy back in. So he made a shit ton of money, basically, which some can argue is that not insider
It's
trading?
illegal. Yeah,
it was also
not in America, not anymore.
It's in Japan.
I don't know what regulation they have in Japan.
I had a realization with Japan is Japan loves America.
They do.
And I didn't realize this until I found out that on the 4th of July, Japan literally, I think they took America.
Oh, that's just because their freaking leader right now is a Trump absolute.
It's a Trump person. And then I had a moment where I realized, like, oh my God, are we Japan's Israel? Like, does Japan give America a bunch of stuff that I wouldn't be shocked if a bunch of Japanese just hate it? Just like, why are we sucking up to America?
The one time I have seen Japanese people like on my timeline that I know actually speak about politics was when their current leader was talking about like selling arms again and making money through arms dealing again. So they are not happy with her like sucking up to Trump and going that route at all.
Which is unfortunate. And what's also unfortunate is it wasn't just the CEO selling off shares and making a shit ton of money. A day later, it was revealed multiple Sony execs were selling off shares. So all the suits at the top were selling off those shares, making money.
Just like America and like the American side of Sony, and also, you know what's interesting? Didn't Sony's headquarters, didn't they move it to California or move it to America right before, like a little bit before this had happened, like after they had got rid of Sean and the rest of them? Didn't they move it? You check that? Remember. There was like some news where they said that they were moving the headquarters or something like that to America. Or like, I think like they still have like the Japanese thing. I think that's still like the Sony. Let me rephrase that. The Sony, overall parent company of like TVs and whatever, that's still in Japan. But I heard that what is it called, what do they call it, SIE or SEI?
Sony Entertainment Online or whatever.
Yeah, they removed the entertainment gaming division, like their headquarters. I think it was in Japan or something, and they moved it to America. Is that true?
That I don't know, and I can't find anything on Google about it.
Let's use all this AI search engine. Let's see.
While you do that, so with the is this insider trading thing? Is this legal thing? Insider trading, I think, is technically like selling based on non-public information, but because they did it like right after it was public, it's technically not illegal for them to.
Yeah. It just it feels like it. It just
I know.
feels like
I mean, the fact that it's multiple people, right? Multiple people at the top selling large amounts of their stock is very sussy.
It feels like they had the tweet to announce they were going to remove this ready, but then they also had the filing ready as well. So then they said hit send tweet, then waited 1 minute, and they said file this shares, the selling the shares as well, so they could maximize the profit. You're right now. I think about it. It's scummy. It's scummy.
2016, Sony moves PlayStation business from Japan to US in major gaming shakeup. This was near the beginning of 2016. Sony, it's SEI, Sony Interactive Entertainment game headquarters from, the company relocated its global headquarters from Japan to San Mateo, California in 2016 as part of its major corporate restructuring. Before this, Sony Entertainment, headquartered in Tokyo, handled the hardware and software development, while Sony Entertainment SNEI, based in California, managed PlayStation networks and related services. On April the 1st, that's a funny date. April the 1st, 2016, these two titles merged into Sony Interactive LLC, SIE, with its global headquarters now in San Mateo, California. There you go. That cursed them. They moved to America, and what happened?
Maybe. Yeah.
That's Silicon Valley, baby. So,
Yep.
But this it's really bad optics. It may not be illegal, but having like I think it was 4 executives sell on the exact same day makes it feel, I mean,
collusion.
it's coordinated, right?
Yeah.
There's a plan going on. So it's really bad PR when you're already having really bad PR for this no physical thing. It's real bad. They need to come out and be like, they already had pre-planned to sell it or something, but they're not gonna. They haven't even talked about.
Yeah, they ain't even gonna say. They're
not gonna say anything. They just ignore everything.
They should have waited a little longer for them Black Ops sales. Might have made the shares go up a little bit more. Like, they would know that was gonna happen. Moving on to other stuff. Let's see. Splinter Cell. It is rumored via a data miner that it will not be open world, the remake. People were worried that this was going to take the route of like the Ghost Recon, but people looked into some of the Ubisoft code and it was revealed that it looks like it's going to be a more linear experience. Is this a W?
Absolutely.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know why this would even be considered to be an open world game. Like that's what made me get off Ghost Recon. Like it just didn't, in my opinion, at least. 'Cause I know some people do love those games, but like they just didn't hit for me. I like that Future Soldier, Advanced Warfighter era. And with Splinter Cell, I want to see a game focused on a tight, concise story where there's immaculate lighting, and sound design that you have to use and manipulate to your advantage. I don't want to see no open world shit. What you want to see from a Splinter? Go ahead.
Like, especially with this being a remake, because it's not a new game. They're saying this is a remake. So why would you like if Ubisoft even attempted to make a remake into open world? I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you got to keep this as precise as possible. So, I mean, pretty much like if there's gonna be a full-fledged remake, I just want to see better graphics, just slightly better controls, and I mean, other than that, just keep everything the same. Because again, we talked about nostalgia with Black Ops 1 and 2. People just want nostalgia, so just give us almost a 1-to-1. Try to make it like, I mean, if you want to go to Capcom route, just, you know, you can make a few changes, but not too much that'll piss your fan base off. Just keep it clean.
But isn't it sad that we've reached a point with Ubisoft and their game design to where it's now news that hey, by the way, we're not going to do open world on this one. Like,
I do. I do. It's definitely concerning.
Just like they're the company that's making the games, and they're like, guys, it's not open world. So like, you know that your open world is not good, then, right? If like part of people getting excited is it not being Ubisoft open world.
That is a fact.
Stop it.
Just give us a good story, man. And then after the remake, can we get a new one? Like, I'd prefer just a new one, period. But
yeah,
maybe Ubisoft needs to go on a remake run, kind of like Capcom, to get some mojo, their confidence back. Starting with Assassin's Creed Black Flag, maybe a couple more, and then we can get into some new projects. But don't lean too much into this, because y'all known for being lazy. And
yeah, they need a couple W's. So yeah, I think that's where they're trying to go. Because again, just nostalgia is getting everybody. So it's like remake some stuff, see how people feel about it, and then just go from there.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, y'all really do want it, even though we've been screaming at them for years. Give us another damn Splinter Cell. It's not like they haven't heard us. So this ain't new news.
Yep.
Yes, sir. Freaking Capcom, they popping their shit. The Bayonetta creative director said that the reason Capcom is being successful in comparison to other studios is thanks to the risks they're taking with new IPs. In a recent interview, he was talking about they have a nice mix in their portfolio of well-established games with their remakes, but new stuff like Pragmata, as well as stuff they bringing back like Onimusha. And I was curious, in Dragon's Dogma 2, they're getting like that DLC, that expansion as well. I was curious, like, do we think this is a hot take? Taking risks leads to success?
Yes,
it should be.
For the industry, it seems like this is the thing is that Capcom were in a really bad spot. So it's not like they've been killing it for, decades and they've never had a downswing at all. They were doing real bad, and they were able to come back from that. And now they're in the situation where they can make games like Exoprimal. That's a good example of them just being like, let's just do a fun like co-op thing, see how it goes. Making Kunitsugami, which is a game like these games never felt like they were going after mass success, but they just wanted to do something new. They wanted to have their developers try something out, be creative, see what they can learn from making this type of game. But because they have the foundation now of being successful with so many of their core franchises, they can do that. They have the freedom to do that. Does it sell millions and millions of copies? No, guess what? It doesn't matter. It's just going to make their developers better at making things in the future. So I think a lot of other companies are not in the position maybe to take risks, at least when they're talking financials. They don't feel like they're in the position to do that. But the thing is that people just want to play something that is made by people who love what they're making, that they're passionate about it, that they're doing new and interesting things, and they're allowing their developers to flex and make a cool ass game. But the people who are higher up are like, well, we're not going to give you $400 million to go make this experimental thing that no one has really played before and it doesn't have a fan base, when you can just go and make a remake of something. But then I don't think it allows you to grow to where Capcom is now if you just keep doing that. Like you have to try and gain new fans, and you have to try and spread your wings a little bit, I think, to get to the point that Capcom is at. So now they're just killing it. But yeah, I think it is a hot take for investors. There's not a whole lot of money in games right now for people to invest into video games. So I think you're going to see, unfortunately, much less risks for games. More than before.
Yeah, overall, yeah.
Is there like a best or most consistent studio/publisher at the Game Awards award?
No,
unfortunately.
Do y'all think if Jeff introduced?
Oh yeah,
category,
there is one technically. Like, what would you say? Like the community, whatever it is, award for
this is like for one game.
That's ongoing game or something. That's ongoing.
I'm thinking like an award for like best studio/publisher, like, but the rule would be you have to put out at least 2 games in 1 year, like for like consistency and quality.
Yeah, there's nothing like that.
Because like people are saying Capcom is the publisher/studio of the year, and like right now I would kind of agree with that. Like they put out 100%. A lot of bangers, and I wonder if he would introduce that, would that motivate people to put out more quality?
No,
probably not.
Talk about Game Awards. I don't give.
God damn, you're negative. I didn't even finish my sentence. He said, "No, everything's dead.
They care about
evil. Gaming is dead. Death of the industry."
Why is he mad at me? That's what they told me. That's what they've been saying in articles. Not what I'm saying. I'm just saying. Us getting awards and getting us high review scores.
Who cares? We're all gonna die anyway.
Yeah, I don't think they're putting any weight on it. But going back to what I said, like I don't think people remember, man. Sony had to save Street Fighter, so like Capcom was doing terrible, bro. They were down bad. On top of that, it was World War Capcom over here because they just were not listening, bro. Like, stop hitting me over the head with just Street Fighter and Resident Evil, and then splash a little bit of Monster Hunter in there. So they only had
on the disc.
Yeah, Capcom was in a bad state. So it was like
transactions too. That was
so But again, Capcom they finally, I don't know what happened, like where was the turning point for them, but again, them just like
being shut down.
But them finally asking, like putting out those surveys did a lot better than what I thought. I thought they were just gonna read it and was like, I'm not doing nothing.
Your consumer base can actually help you. I'm shocked.
Right. They literally asked us, what do you want to see? Like, we have all of these IPs. What do you want to see? And they actually listen. So, like,
if you could say one other publisher, or I guess developer, that you think should do that, like that needs to send out a survey ASAP, who would you say it would be?
Ubisoft, probably.
Yeah. EA too.
They all, they're all kind of out of touch. And I think that the surveys, like Capcom has always been, whether you can say they're successful at listening to their community or not, they have always consistently put out surveys for all sorts of stuff to do with their games. And it's why generally if they do something that I don't like in a game, I know that they're probably going to fix it because they're definitely going to know about it. They also have really good community managers who gather so much that is being said online from all different countries and tell them, because like the Capcom, when you hear any Capcom dev talk about anything, they know what people are saying online. Like they are very, very, very aware, regardless of what language or country it's from.
What are you telling me that they have competent community managers that actually do their job and give the feedback to the devs and not argue. Just sit there? Yeah, don't argue back. I get it. Being a community manager,
you get. I wouldn't want to be one. I get it.
Etho said it, not me. Etho said it, not me.
Oh my goodness.
It is what it is. That's what we like to hear, man. Shout out to Capcom.
I think the turning point, actually, just trying to remember where the turning point was from Capcom being like, Jesus Christ, to, oh, you're doing good. I think it was Resident Evil 7. I think that was like the turning point for them. And then yeah, I think that's what it was. And then they had right after that, 2018 was Monster Hunter World, and that sold like 27 million copies. So
yeah, when you make enough money, yeah, I do agree. Was like a lot of other publishers, unfortunately, are not in the same space. So like, why we can't weigh every publisher at the same rate. So it is unfortunate. So Capcom does have enough resources to take those risks, but I do appreciate it because I mean, this is what being a game developer, a game publisher is like. Take those risks. That's what we did back in the day, and I understand that the world is different now, and now it's. Just you gotta make what's making the money, and you're only taking risks now on live service games. But I do appreciate Capcom being in the position to continue to do that. But all I want to see now, after Onimusha, I hope it does well. Like I said, I'm rooting for you, but I need to see that Beautiful Joe. I want y'all to again right now. I said I want a Beautiful Joe. Multiple people said they want it, so that's what I want to see next out of y'all. So I hope y'all listening.
And if you guys do want to take risks, just some food for thought, maybe bring down the cost of those games, make them smaller in scale. A new IP doesn't necessarily need to be 50 hours. It can be a cool 10-hour game. And if it's good, it gets a sequel, greenlit, you can make it bigger. But,
look at Pragmata. Pragmata's not a long game. That is not a long game. A lot of their games are not very long.
And price it accordingly.
Resident Evil, you can finish in. You can finish really fast. Resident Evil, I think like 9 hours or something, right? How long did it take you? So you got it done like really fast, right?
I think I beat it like in 12. I think something like that.
Yeah,
that ain't bad, man.
Not really long games.
Depends on your ability to do puzzles. Yeah. But yeah, I'm the puzzle god.
Okay.
We got some rumors that surfaced on Twitter, so take it with a grain of salt, but it's coming from somebody who's known and been reputable in the Pokemon community to be correct. Doesn't mean he is. Take it with a grain of salt. But a couple things. According to this leaker, Pokemon Win in Waves, the game will have the highest amount of new Pokemon in a Pokemon game ever. They're claiming there will be around 300 new Pokemon forms, and the new battle mechanic will introduce special weather forms for Pokemon. Think Megas or Gigamaxes. So, like, basically, we're going past Mega, Giga. We're going Ultra Instinct Pokemon. That's what they're talking about, basically. And I'm leaning towards, I think this rumor might be true, but it has nothing to do with the game. I believe this rumor might be true just for the simple fact that Pokemon is hotter than ever. Hot. Matter of fact, it's so goddamn hot. We got another group chat, Watts. I have to mute this shit for like 8 hours at a time because these motherfuckers never stop talking about them damn Pokemon cards, bro. I look at my phone, you guys are nerds, man. I was just like, geez, man. That magic cards, but I believe it because these Pokemon cards are hotter than ever. And what would drive more sales if they had a reason to pump out more Pokemon cards? 300 new ones, 300 new shinies or whatever. I'm leaning toward this might be true. Might be
Look at the mobile game with cards. People spend a ton of money on the Pokemon mobile card game.
Which also means I predict if there is going to be hundreds of new Pokemon, it's going to be some bullshit in here. Some of them are going to be cool, but it's going to be a lot more of them question marks, whatever that thing is called. You know what I'm talking about.
The keys?
Yeah. It's going to be more just stupid shit.
Or literally the trash bags.
AI generated bullshit.
A chandelier.
A Steam Deck with some eyeballs. Like what are we doing?
They already have that. They already have that. I think his name's Rotom or whatever it is. It's literally like a Pokédex, Steam Deck looking Pokemon, electric Pokemon or something.
I like the name of Pokemon Wind and Waves. I like the branding, but these rumors is like they're true for a second. Is this doing anything for you, Watts?
No. Listen, I used to love Pokemon right at the beginning. The OG 100 loved Pokemon, but now I don't really want to collect creatures, if I'm honest. Any creature collecting game, I'm like,
she wants to kill the monsters, guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, did yeah.
Why do that to you? Why collect creatures when you can kill gods?
He wants to collect their hides. I'll tell you that much.
Freaking. What do you think, Ethos?
Yeah, I agree. I guess.
Seems real. Are you excited?
I'm not like crazy about Pokemon anymore like I used to. There's this game called Digimon. It was really good. No, I mean I it's probably real. It would be nice if like it comes out and it's like really good because I didn't really vibe with ZA. I didn't really vibe with like the last couple of like Pokemon titles that dropped. I I think the last one I even like remotely like put hardcore time into was Sword and Shield, but that was just because it was the middle of the pandemic and we was up at 6 o'clock in the morning trying to catch Gigamax, whatever the fuck Pokemon. Nothing else to do. So I just feel like kind of like with Watson, like I've kind of faded away, I think, from a lot of like just getting excited for Pokemon. Yeah, like it is what it is. I don't think it really like it does it for me anymore. But you never know. If it ends up being cool and good, then I'll be excited. But I'm not really going out of my way to be excited about it.
Freaking Pocket Monsters can you make? I literally looked in because I was curious. I was like, how many Pokemon were added in like each generation? And instead of generation 5 was the most at 156. But outside of that, it's generally like between like 100 and like generation 6 and 7 and 8, it was like less than 100. But 300 would obviously be the most if that's true. Like that's a lot.
Yeah,
of new monsters.
It was fascinating. When Nintendo got hacked at one time, or Game Freak got hacked, and they basically leaked these new games and kind of knew that they existed already. They had also leaked a lot of like internal memos and stuff about what was going on. It's some really fascinating stuff about it. One of the things was that there was actually a power struggle within the Pokemon community between two big directors. Like they actually had beef. Yeah, there's an actual like civil war inside of Game Freak because one of the directors who was responsible for Black and White and a couple of the other like games, he wanted to push Pokemon that innovation. He wanted to like reboot it and turn it into something like grand in scale, but the other people in the company were like, yeah, this is a little too crazy, bro. I don't think we should be doing all this. And they kind of exiled him. He still works at the company, but apparently they've said he was like a very toxic leader as like a lead of the project. I think he worked on the 3rd gen, which would have been Sapphire and Ruby.
I was about to ask what gen did he work on, because I was like,
he worked on Sapphire. Well, to be fair, he's probably one of those leaders where it's like, yeah, I'm an asshole, but he showed results. The ones that he was responsible for are like wildly received as some of the most popular Pokemon franchises compared to the one that the other side basically does.
No, I was just wondering because I was like, okay, people are starting wars within the Pokemon like dev community, and then I remember Gen 1. You remember with Lieutenant Surge, he fought in the Pokemon Wars. Like maybe there was something.
No, he was no. This is developer, developer civil war, company politicking and stuff like that.
They never fleshed out that storyline, by the way. The kid in me still upset about that.
What? About the wars, about the Vietnam War and Pokemon?
Yeah, the Lieutenant Surge, he said he fought in a war and they never fleshed it out. What war was that?
I mean, there's other crazy stuff in Pokemon, like Rayquaza commits war crimes and other Pokemon have committed literal like genocide. So you never know with that franchise of what you're gonna get. But what was the other? There was like something else that was really crazy about Pokemon. That I couldn't believe. Oh, that they make a shit ton of money. And that's why they do the bare minimum.
Beast of Reincarnation might be a big deal for Pokemon because I think a lot of Pokemon fans, if it does run well, which I mean, it looks like it is running well, I think a lot of Pokemon fans might see that and go, so you could do Game Freak. You could do this and it's fine. It's great. And it's fresh and new ideas and it runs great. You can't make Pokemon good?
So you think that might piss them off even more?
Yeah, I think it might. I think it very well could.
We can't get a window in our game? That's facts. It'd be interesting to see how this one plays out. I'm curious to see, when they show more of the game. That's all I got in the main part of the notes. So, we're going to move on to that lightning round. This part, I didn't really know how much was there. So, I mean, y'all can talk as little or as much as you like about this stuff. I'm going to just run through them. First one's first. Mortal Shell 2 gets a launch date of August 20th, fresh off the heels of its demo from last month. And not only is it launched on August 20th, it is revealed that the base version is only going to be $50, and the deluxe edition, known as the Devout Edition, will be $60. One of the games I think all of us are really looking forward to is only going to be $50. That's crazy, GTA 6. I'm excited about it. I mean, after playing the demo, I really loved what I played. I'm excited to explore the world, and I'm even more excited about that price point. I'm starting to see a trend. We're starting to see more just different price points on different games or whatever, and I don't think that speaks to the quality of said game, because even like Assassin's Creed, the Resynced, that's $50, high quality game. Like everything does not need to be $70. And I'd argue you could probably make more money if you sold a bigger bulk, if you lower that price. Because I don't care who you are, $70, $80, $100 for most people, you got to think about it. But when it's, I think people are more inclined to make an impulse purchase when that price is between 30 and 60. Yeah, I don't really
agree.
But fuck it, it's only 40.
100%.
That's what they said about Black Ops.
Well, yeah,
that's a game they already bought for more than that before.
They already bought it.
But
this is very exciting. Very exciting. First of all, they have a massive beta that is still available right now, so you can play it, see what you think about it. You can easily get like 6 hours out of that thing, by the way. So if you are interested at all, play it, see what you think. Release date is amazing. It's like perfect between Beast of Reincarnation and Mortal Shell coming out. Great. And also a good amount of time before September starts. So I'm super happy about that. Price point, like you said, is really good. I can buy the deluxe edition of this game for $20 less than the broke-ass version of GTA 6.
Yeah.
And it comes with an art book, steel case, some skins. It comes with collector stuff, physical stuff.
I'm very excited for Mortal Shell 2.
I ain't gonna lie, August is kind of getting a little crowded too. Cause we got Token, and we got Beast of Reincarnation, we got Mortal Shell 2, we got Plague's Tale. That's literally four games right there, man. I would be in hell, bro.
They're currently spread decently, but all you need is one more added to August, and it's
we're done. Yeah,
we're in a bad spot.
We're cooked, man.
Yeah,
get the gamer subs going, guys. Get that caffeine going. Just gotta put in this work. So that's Mortal Shell 2. Also we got I don't know why I saved this, but I should have put this in the Sony news. Fans are canceling PlayStation Plus to boycott Killing Disc, but I mean they folded on that.
They did.
Yeah, so you need to talk about that. I don't even know why I say that one. They were putting out a save 50% email after people were canceling it. So people were actually doing it, and people were getting emails saying 50% off, and they folded on that, and then they bought Black Ops. That's the part. That's the reason I saved it. Oh, man. 50% off PS Plus. They said, you know what? I don't want to protest no more. Get out that shit. We got an update on that Last of Us 2 multiplayer mod from Specializer. They got the game working fully. They said without crashing. They got a couple maps going, and they're showing off the gameplay here. Ethos, you were a little excited about this, talking about this in the group chat. Are you gonna actually try this out
before Sony probably strikes it down from heaven? Yes, absolutely. I'll do my best.
So let me ask y'all this then: if Sony does knock this down, do you think people would be upset, or like they'll just let it slide?
Yeah, they're gonna be upset, but they don't care. They'll throw like Black Ops 3 report and they'll be happy.
Is that the new play? Black Ops 3, Black Ops 4,
Modern Warfare 3. Let's make a port of that.
You guys remember Modern Warfare 2?
Yeah, exact report. I'll take care of them. I'll silence them.
Anybody got any interest in this Last of Us 2 multiplayer mod? Anybody?
I wasn't a Last of Us multiplayer person, so I have no.
I'll be in this mod for my cat girl that removes her cape so I can see her ass when she uses skills.
Whoa.
What? I was like, wait, this is Last of Us.
Hey, can I say
it right now?
Can I say too? I think it's your fault. I got an email. Remember last week we were talking about that. What's that cat game you were talking about where you had to like do the
cat mail?
Yeah, cat mail.
It's out right now.
Yeah, I know. I got an email about it. They was like, "You want a code?" And I'm like, "Did they see the podcast like that?"
Why don't we do one stream of cat mail?
Yeah, tell them to give the code. Give them 4. Tell them to give us 4.
Oh man, yeah. Let me see. Hey, I'll play it. I'll email them back. I say if we can get 4 codes, I'll play it.
We'll play it.
Like,
we'll play
just
it.
For shits and giggles on the podcast.
That would be really funny. You could upload the playthrough to the YouTube channel, YouTube channel. Members only. Exclusive gameplay with the team.
And don't complain if we start locking content behind members only because you guys like to get fucked by corporations. Now it's an issue if we do it.
When they do it, it's a problem when I do it.
Nintendo's ending production on the original Switch in Europe, which many believe that's probably going to come to the US soon. So, I mean, they're focusing on the Switch 2. This summer it'll end, or no, mid-February next year, so early next year it'll end. That's bye-bye Switch 1. Anybody have any fond memories of the Nintendo Switch? Or
Animal Crossing during the pandemic, people were happy, having a good time. That was nice. I played Monster Hunter Rise on the Switch. That was very fun. Had a good time.
Yeah, Animal Crossing was a really good memory. Just fishing during COVID. I also have
Yeah.
fond memories of the battery lasting like 45 minutes.
Mm.
And how blurry Tears of the Kingdom was. But other than that, no, I think my favorite Switch game probably would have been I always forget the name of it and I like it.
Astro Chain.
Astro Chain. It's always
Yeah.
Astro Chain.
See, everybody already knew.
Yeah, everybody
Astro
knows.
Chain.
That's my bring that shit back. And Odyssey was great too.
Bring it
Odyssey was
back.
great.
Yeah, that's a sequel. God damn it!
But yeah, don't be surprised if they discontinue the production.
Like
in America
both
soon.
this and like in Scarlet Nexus, they're like cousins. Like
Yeah.
just always felt like you were like related some way somehow. Who
Yes,
owns
sir.
Scarlet Nexus? Bandai?
You said what?
Who owns Scarlet Nexus? Bandai?
I think it's
I think-
Bandai.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a Bandai Namco game.
I was hoping it
And
was
they're
Capcom.
making echoes of Aincrad, which
Any interest anybody in that game?
Fuck.
dude, it's got like a 65 on Open
It
Crit.
lost me at Sword Art
Scarlet
Online.
Nexus too.
It's for
I can't get
dweebs.
I didn't like the playing the demo. Like do give you a pretty big demo and progress carries over, but the combat just felt like there was nothing.
Who cares if the progress carries over if it's shit? I don't want to carry over shit. Like
I know people. I'm like, people keep saying, I think you genuinely like this one part of it. And I'm like, does the audio and the visual feedback during combat get better during those sections? Because if not, I'm not gonna like it.
No. Jubilee has made her way to Marvel Rivals. I know somebody on the show's been playing it. What you think, Jay?
I went back. Yes, I did. I did go back. I will say this though, even though I didn't really feel the difference, to be honest, it probably because I ain't playing a couple months, but they made a ton of changes with season 9. So some people were saying this is Marvel Rivals 2.0. I don't know about that, but I did have to play with my daughter though. I was like, yo, I've been waiting on Jubilee for a while. I know that she's been rumored for a long time, so I did hop in there and play with her. She's okay. She is an okay healer. I thought she would be a little better, but she's more like a hybrid DPS healer. But she's cool though. She held her own. She was fun to play with. I like her kit. She's a vampire, and I was like, huh. It made her vampiric, and I was like, oh, it's interesting. But she has some little team ups with Blade going on there. But she cool though. I like it. But I don't know how much I'll be playing Marvel Rivals, but at least I had to try it out. I like her.
My favorite time of the month is when they reveal new content for Marvel Rivals, and then I cover it on the stream and pretend like I'm going to play the game. I'd be like, chat, I'm coming back, and I never do.
Really know it damn well, you know.
I do not want to deal with that man baby community. Freaking Marvel Token is also.
Vibes,
you said what?
so you just got to play for the vibes.
No,
Yep,
The bad
much.
vibes?
yeah, the bad vibes, bruh.
And they changed. They reworked Black Widow too. So I see so many Black Widows when I played. I was like, what the heck?
Nobody typing Kingsman in the chat no more.
Nah.
It was funny because the person that was like responsible for that whole thing, she didn't like the changes. She said, I got mastered. I spent all this time and I mastered this version of Black Widow. And then now they've just wiped her entire identity. Now she's a completely different thing. And then somebody quote tweeted her and said, you're the reason why they've changed the entire identity. Her identity was she was a meme and a joke of a character.
For sure.
And now they're trying to make her relevant.
Freaking Marvel Token is releasing a comic book explaining why all these characters are fighting in the game. Will anybody be reading this? Anybody?
I think it's cool. I love it when games do that, where they do like other media to flesh out their universe. I think it's cool.
Yeah, they do it with Marvel Rivals for those unaware, those listening. If you want to get into comic books, it's still going on right now. I ain't never read it, but it is a thing. I think I might pick this one up because I'm going to play this game and just see what it's about a little bit. I think it's a one shot. People are trying to hack the PS5, jailbreaking it due to the digital only move.
You look at where look at what happened to take y'all back to what y'all claimed that the PC elitists have been doing for years, man. Y'all called us pirates. Now look at y'all. I ain't mad at it though. I ain't mad at it. Keep going, do it.
Yeah, keep going.
I don't know how successful they're gonna be, just for the simple fact that the PS5 is still the current gen console. So like, it's gonna continuously get security updates. Like jailbreaking usually works when the next gen comes, because then it stops getting security updates, and that's when you start getting all that crazy shit, like the Vita being able to run every damn game and stuff like that.
You gotta
I
unplug
appreciate
it.
them trying though.
Yeah, they trying at least, which, you know, hey, they said, you know, the disc ain't ownership, or the digital ain't ownership, so, you know, it ain't stealing either. That's what they
It
say.
ain't stealing.
Elder Scrolls still a couple years out from release, 8 years after announced. Anybody Ethos? I see a nice little smirk on your face.
I mean,
I
think
we're actually going to see Cyberpunk 2 before we see Elder Scrolls.
We might.
Damn,
We're gonna get the next Witcher. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're actually gonna lapse Bethesda, man.
Bethesda's in trouble, so like, is this game even gonna come out? That's the real question.
It may be in limbo.
Yeah, they're not getting rid of Bethesda.
But that's one of like the marquee franchises. So I think out of anything, they're going to make sure that game comes to fruition.
It would print money.
Maybe it'll start moving faster now that Xbox is like, okay, we're only focusing on the big hitters, and you're only allowed to make big hitter games.
They got the whip out for
They do.
Howard, bro. They gonna start whipping him, bro.
Really? You guys like the show? They like, what I tell you, no more 76 content. You better get to that. Instead of 14 layers of bureaucracy, it's 14 lashes for every time.
Yeah, 14 lashes.
They said Obsidian coming back. Matter of fact, did you see that? That quote?
Big boss them and said,
what quote?
They said that quote on LinkedIn.
They didn't make it fall out now, not you.
Yeah,
that is crazy.
They said y'all think we ain't still got it because the Valve came out. They said, hold on, man. They said, hold on, we still got the chefs in the kitchen. We got the original chefs in the kitchen. We gonna give you a good Fallout.
They wage a war on a timeline, man. That's fucking funny. There's rumors.
This is my hot take. I've always said I felt Todd Howard and Bethesda were frauds when it comes to Fallout.
Why is that?
Because the OG people who came up with Fallout was not Bethesda. Bethesda acquired it.
No, that's facts. They didn't make it.
Fallout 3 was like their first attempt at making it, which is still relatively like received positively, but that was not the original like a vision of the original creators, like Tim Kaine and I forgot the other person, but like when they were part of like Sierra and Troika and all the rest of that.
Do you know if they like the show or not?
The original people?
Yeah, the original creators.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe Tim Kaine, he's the creator of Fallout, one of the creators. I think it was like two people. He's one of the masterminds behind coming up with how Fallout was supposed to play back in the day. He has a whole YouTube channel. Really good stuff. Highly recommend it. If anyone's interested in game development, he has decades of just pure knowledge and like experience from way back in the day of the like when you're talking about the id Software developers, like he was around those very early days when you really didn't know what they were building and they were trying all this real weird stuff to see what would stick. He has some really good stories. Funny enough, just to show you how fraudulent people are on the internet, they found out he was gay, which was not a shocker to anybody who actually was like about that. But like, yeah, he was like a very early on a person who was like a publicly, came out and was like, yeah, I'm gay. And then, and I also created Fallout, and people were like, oh, this is modern game devs there. And it was like, because he was
wait, so are they trying to retroactively call him like woke now?
So they didn't know. I don't think the person that they were trying to like say like modern Bethesda when they the announcement of Fallout, right? They announced that Fallout was going to go to Obsidian, and then they had a picture of Tim Kaine in a Bethesda, I think, shirt or something like that. But it was like rainbow, basically did like LGBT stuff.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so they try to associate too because they didn't know who he was. I'm assuming you wouldn't say something this stupid if you known, but they try to say Bethesda making a new Fallout modern game developer, and they show a picture of Tim Kaine, and they're like, "You fucking idiot! There is no Fallout without Tim Kaine. He literally created the entire like there would be no Fallout. He was like one of the masterheads behind that." And it was like they took like a screenshot from his like YouTube. And the funny part is, I don't even think he's with Obsidian right now. I think it's someone else. I don't think he's currently. Well, maybe he is back at Obsidian, but I think he left a little while ago.
You said they don't play no games on Twitter.
They don't, bro. They're frauds. They talk about
your game devs have been woke for a long time.
They've been woke for a very long time.
Nerds are woke. You don't have any.
People that were working on those OG games. They were very woke. He was talking about. He has a video. I didn't even know this. He had a video where he was like talking a lot of behind the scenes stuff of like things that they were adding in the game was like, yeah, this was really woke. We were doing it.
Do you think you get a game like Fallout that's not from someone who's woke? Come on now.
Yeah, no, he was talking about that. He was talking about even about like his experience like being a gay developer, and like even like when they were developing actually like gay characters and stuff like that in the game, and actually talking about how like corporate would come in and like actually like axe off certain characters or certain storylines because there was like somebody who was like gay involved in it, and they're like, is they gonna work with us? And then like how he said also on the reverse side how they still like had other scenarios where they had gay characters, and I guess like executives didn't notice at the time. It's like the way they designed them, they didn't notice it. Like he was just talking all this like really fun stuff. And then he's talking about like discrimination that like he dealt with, like doing certain things later on. Like I said, if you just check his YouTube channel, Tim Kaine, he has a plethora. Like I'm talking like he's like it's like almost like a memoir, but in YouTube format, where he's just giving straight up like gold. It's just gold on that YouTube channel. I literally watched like 2 hours straight.
It's a friendly reminder of like just what you're watching or what you're playing is not the same thing as the other person because you're working with a different deck of cards. Because like it makes me wonder how many people are playing Fallout or watching the show, and it's just like, oh, this is a cool action post-apocalyptic show, not realizing it's really like a commentary.
On,
like,
so
the criticism on various things.
You looked it up. Yeah, I was about to tell you those. Yeah.
So yeah,
semi-retirement 7 months ago.
But if this timing you brought him back and they're now in charge of Fallout, like it's perfect time. Todd Howard, I've said is a
hey buddy, you want to come help us out?
I think he's a fraud in multitudes of areas. I'm not gonna discredit him because he was one of the like do a lot for Elder Scrolls, but I've always said I don't think he's ever really truly understood Fallout like I think Obsidian has understood it. So I'm curious to see Tim Kaine, who's taken a break from it now with fresh perspective of him coming back and probably leading that project. I think that'd be pretty cool.
In other news, rumor is that after the Ocarina of Time remake, we're getting Majora's Mask for the Switch 2. This is coming because the voice actor for Link recently updated their IMDb where they had voices for characters from Majora's Mask. So now people are speculating that the Majora's Mask HD is coming. Is this something we would want?
They already
on the nostalgia train, baby.
We already have it.
They remade this?
They already have Majora Mask on 3DS. They already remade it.
Oh yeah, they did the Ocarina of Time with that, but it's a remake. It's a remake of a remake. It's even better, Ethos.
A full remake.
The moon's gonna fall faster.
You know, it's crazy.
Smoother.
That's like my favorite Zelda game too.
I'm judging you.
Maybe it'll be good, Ethos. It could be.
That's not gonna make you buy a Switch 2?
I mean, Ethos needs to get a Switch 2 to play Orbital.
Yeah, you see, this person's been bullying me for the past month. Where's your Switch 2? I'm working on it. I gotta clean off this thing. I'm gonna sell it. All this, and I gotta sell my other one.
And last but not the least, Sony Santa Monica has confirmed God of War, I keep calling it Luffy, will be available on disc.
Say a little French.
This is breaking news now.
Well, yeah, that means it's coming out next year because it can't come out in 2028.
Yeah, so we at least know that. Yeah, before 2028.
And this really made me say, like, because we've heard that like, you know, the studios, even the first party studios of Sony did not know that this was happening. And I was like, I cannot imagine being a studio, especially like Wolverine's coming out, right? And you're having to do all of this advertising, and then your company who owns you does a crazy massive thing that now makes advertising your game significantly harder. I cannot imagine how awful that is. And then thinking about the people like the indie devs who are working with them, there's like a game coming out that is from an 8-person team in Korea at the end of this month. They have a deal with Sony. So they're like just starting to bump up their advertising campaign, and Sony's like giving them a spotlight, and people don't care. They're angry at you. That's awful.
I still see community notes, even on like the most.
There's community notes on everything.
Yeah, they are
every single thing
every day.
It's still hilarious that they came back outside, and as soon as they did,
they really think they're going to tweet through this. I'm convinced Sony really just thinks we're just going to tweet through it. Just keep tweeting and just ignore it.
Stay the course.
Can we keep talking? Yeah, definitely keep talking about it, because Sony wants us to forget it and stop talking about it. Keep talking about it. Keep showing off your collections that you have, and keep showing up for physical copies. Even if you're like, it's not going to make a difference. Please keep doing it.
Can we just talk about briefly about how the fact that when a studio comes out and announces a game's going to be on disc, this is now like headline news.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's sad
sad.
in itself that like it's a selling point. And then also just another thought, those companies like Limited Edition Run that takes games that didn't get a physical disc release. Do you think that they'll start doing it for like AAA games
No,
in 2028?
Limited Run is fraudulent.
They are. Is there other services like it?
Yeah.
Lost in Cult.
What's a good one?
Yeah.
Lost in Cult? Okay.
Yeah, I
Lost
heard
in
Limited
Cult.
Run has like, they've had a lot of controversy.
Wait, what happened with Limited Run?
Let me hold on before I
Wait,
say
hold
it.
up. I might have been scammed by them actually myself.
Yeah,
Hold up.
like I've heard
Oh, man.
Hold on
I've
a
seen
second.
multiple videos about them, about the ownership basically.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Yeah,
there's like
my
already
dumbass.
videos. I'm like, yeah,
I got
there's
firsthand
videos.
experience. I got a story for you. So
Yeah.
the Sonic Shadow Generations limited run release, it came with the game and then like the Sega Dreamcast statue with like Sonic and Shadow on it. It was fire. I ordered that shit a year ago and it still has not arrived.
God. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh,
wait a minute,
man.
they sound familiar. Yeah, they aren't
There's
reliable.
a bunch of like limited things where like things were getting like almost not Ponzi scheming, but it felt like it, right? Like oh yeah, we're about to do this drop, but like no one got their drop, and then they were using maybe money from that to fund the next thing, and then the next thing, and it seemed like they had got like a big back catalog, and there was like a bunch of like backers all publicly were like, wait, you didn't get your thing? No, did you get yours? No, and then everyone realized no one.
So
ever
like
got their-
after waiting about a year after it was supposed to come out, like 3 months ago, got an email. So the first one started to roll out, and the problem was the people who got the first rollouts of these Sonic statues, they were complaining the paint was chipping, the quality of the plastic. It was just a bad statue. So then they sent out an email apologizing, and they said, "Hey, we'll give you a full refund, or you can wait, and we're gonna find a better manufacturer." And I was like, at this point, I've already waited a year, like brother, like I don't care.
Where is
Like,
it? Yeah, and then they also got in trouble with they were like artificially manipulating like the scarcity of their products. So like they were trying to make it sound like we only have
what's the one you said? What?
3,000.
Lost in Cult.
Lost in
They
Cult.
make really, really cool
Never heard of this
physical
one.
editions of stuff. Like they make like really fleshed out kind of collector's editions.
Yeah, there's
of-
good ones out there. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
definitely.
I need to find we got to find an alternative and get ready for this because
and
I
it's
stand on the
probably-
fact there are certain games like I would just like to own the disc.
100%. Yeah.
And
So I
if
had a
these-
question. If
Yeah,
what's
I own
true is
Claire
true,
Obscure. I own a bunch
Facts.
of things that I have
How-
played on PC.
How does this work if like let's say like me for example, let's say I have a game and I bring it to PlayStation in the next like 3 years, right? And it's on their store, it's digital, and I say, you know what, I want to do a physical release limited time for like a couple friends and fans who like want to own a physical copy of my game, and I like work with a company and we get it. How does this work from like Sony? If Sony's like, we're not doing physical anymore, because I know you have to get authorization from them to print the disc. How does how do these companies like are they able to print the actual legal disc that it can run
I
on?
don't think so.
So then how
I think they're just done.
So these physical limited time release companies, they can't even make physicals of PS5 stuff?
I don't think so. Yeah, I think it's like a full stop. So if a company or a studio does want to do a physical, it'll be for everything except for PlayStation. But then this is what I'm hoping is that people who really care about that would go, oh, well then I'm going to get the Xbox version, the Switch version, whatever,
Right, or an
because I want the
alternative.
physical.
Right. That's crazy.
This is such a layup for Xbox. Just say that you are committed to physical and do. It's such an easy W. It's so easy. People be like, oh, easy.
I just proved literally like earlier today.
Yeah.
This is a slam dunk right here. Xbox, you said nothing. They literally sold people $40. You had it right here. You could have got easy.
You should have
karma
put
from
out a sassy ass tweet. You should have been.
Yeah, they were like, you want physical? That's all you gotta do.
The same way they slandered y'all 2 decades ago about the whole sharing a disc. You should have had a video right there with 2 people with a Call of Duty disc because you have owned Activision and you said this is how you play Black Ops 1 or Black Ops 2 on the Xbox, and you just hand them the disc and plug it in. Easy, y'all
That's
need
why,
to
that's why Xbox is terrible at marketing. See right there.
They
right
are
there.
terrible at
They don't even know.
Free karma, literally free karma, bro. Y'all would have, the layoff stuff. Y'all would have probably been able to easily get like shove it under the rug with that alone. That would have been everything would have been talking about is that slander.
Yep.
Yo.
Just missed it, man. Wasn't thinking, man.
Well, it's you're asking too much from them guys. Sony's the most
They need
arrogant.
to hire us, bro.
Xbox is the dumbest, and Nintendo just be doing shit. It is what it is.
Nintendo, we're releasing our new alarm clock this time.
With the Mickey Mouse voice. You want to listen to mushrooms when you wake up, guys?
And the alarm clock will be the sound of Pokemon screaming, but you have to buy each of them.
$20 a month, by the way. You won't own the MP3s. Y'all got anything else y'all want to add to the show before we wrap this one up?
Is there anything else?
No, that's all I got. Cool. I mean, this is the calm before the storm, so
it is the calm before the storm.
Enjoy it. Well, all right, you got the floor. Ladies first. Watts, what's your closing statement for GI episode 198? Yo.
My closing statement is going to be a game shout out. This game is called Nivalis Nights. Comes out September 29th, which is a very bad release date for them. They're an indie game.
If you steal this game from me, I swear to God.
I'm stealing another game you don't know about that's already proven itself on Steam. All right.
This is from Ion Lands 505 games.
Doom one? Why
Correct.
The Doom one has a 91 score?
This is like some Cyberpunk type
Shroom and
shit.
Glue.
No, I'm talking about the Doom DLC. JG Doom DLC Master. That's a
DLC
it has a 91. It has a check GI. Check the thing. I just looked at the update. I said, what the hell? It has a 91 right now. It's wild.
Anyway, Nivalis Nights is it's set in a cyberpunk kind of world. You are managing a restaurant, like a ramen restaurant, and you can explore the city. You can go and get ingredients. And the thing with this game is that the whole point is that you are really feeling like you live in this world. It's very immersive, and you're running a restaurant there, and there's people, you get to meet people and do stuff. And yeah, I thought like the vibe of the game looks really, really, really cool. And this could definitely be a guilty pleasure of mine, sitting there running a ramen shop in a cyberpunk world. So I want to check it out when it comes out. It's not going to be when it first launches. Maybe it'll be a November game. Or maybe it'll be early October.
Steam wishlist.
Put it on the wish list.
Cool. Ethos, closing statement for episode 198. Go.
I saw the new Ghost in the Shell. Oh my God. I busted. It was phenomenal.
It was real good.
It was phenomenal. I can't wait to watch the new episode that comes out this week. It's probably so far. I just love everything about it. So, and apparently that's not enough because there's people mad about how it's different from what they're used to. So, even though it's well, let me say this. I've never witnessed in all my years of watching anime and just experiencing the anime community. I've never experienced this. Maybe you can explain one. I've never seen this happen where anime fans were mad that a anime was in fact copying the source material.
I saw that. I was wondering what was going on there.
It's more accurate to the manga. Yeah.
I've never seen anime fans ever get mad that their adaptation
they're not fans of the actual original.
What is happening?
They're fans of the anime of the original. Yeah,
like,
not the original.
I love the OG. I love Standalone Complex. I love that version of Makoto too. But I'm just like, I just don't know what's going on.
Same people that recommended for me to watch Black Torch. You have bad opinions.
I read that. I was shocked. I was like, why are they recommending this? It's like I read this when I was like in
same people that like Solo Leveling.
College. I was like,
but Black Torch
sounds like a bad anime.
Watch Sparks of Tomorrow. That's
on Crunchyroll.
Side note, yes. I think so. Netflix. One of them. Sparks of Tomorrow is, if you've watched Orb, it's basically heliocentrism, but it's electricity. If you haven't watched that and you're like, what the hell does that mean? It takes place in an alternate history timeline where the world goes after like steam power instead of going to electrical power. And one of the main characters is like obsessed with electrical power and trying to make that happen. And just the art of that, oh my God, the art really and the way that they depict like the environments that are all steam powered is just, it's gorgeous. This season of anime is for the true anime lovers, I gotta say. There are insane ones this season.
This season's really cool. Motoko looks like phenomenal in her new, or I guess OG style. I actually miss that. I can't believe I was gonna say that ever, but I actually miss that old school style. I'm seeing like a couple of bringing that back.
And the cool thing with that is that this is by Science Saru, and they said that the anime industry, the way that they used to animate things and draw things, they've like lost the tech of how to do that, old school style. Yeah. So in order to make the new Ghost in the Shell, they had to research and basically start from scratch of how to create that in their own way. And the team, the studio, the animation studio who is also working on Orbitals had to do the same thing because it's the same like old school anime art style. Yeah. So it's really cool to see studios trying to refine this way of animating because it might mean that we get more varied art styles in the future now that they know how to do it.
It's a lost art, especially with like a lot of the OGs. Unfortunately, I went down a rabbit hole and I was not aware of the history of the manga author. And I became aware of what they currently are doing now, and it has rotted my brain a little bit. I did not know half this. I didn't. Apparently, the lead, the producer, the lead of the for the anime, he was looking for him for a long time, and apparently he's a hermit. Because apparently like when the earthquake or something happened or something like that, apparently like his house had all his manuscripts or something like that, it collapsed and he lost a lot of his work, and at that point he basically lost his mind and went off into being a hermit and just is drawing porn. The person that has made Ghost in the Shell is right now
random stories.
Bro, this is how I do. I was on Twitter and I just going down the thread and somebody said it's crazy that it was like an article about how the producer for the anime for Ghost in the Shell, he was trying to find him because he wanted to make sure, like he wanted to tap into his mindset so he could like ensure that he was like making him proud, like that he was trying to nail the exact vision that he had for the manga version of the design, the looks, everything, make sure he was doing perfect. And he said, I could not get this I just could not get him to work. He just was not answering. He was too busy drawing porn. I was like, there's no way. And I Googled it and I checked it. It was like, yeah, that he's literally a hermit somewhere in Japan, just off in the rural side of Japan, just drawing.
He lost his like life treasures and lost his mind.
And he's lost his mind. Yeah. I'm like, that's insane. That's
sad.
It's real sad.
Unfortunate. That's a big thing to follow up there, Jay. What do you got for me? Closing statement. What the hell?
Holy, I can't follow that one though. But we did get an email about Dench Attack, which is next on my parlay list. So I will be playing that, and we'll be talking about that next week for sure.
The buzz game.
Are we cooked? Are we cooked, Watts? Is it over for us?
Hey, we got to see.
Orbitals is hitting the 95.
This attack might do it, man. We gonna see.
Has Jason blown us out? Is there no way we can come back from this?
We can come back. Yeah, like because the way that you can like look through it is if you look at the projected points. So what the website thinks the game is going to get, you can see like, okay, well, they think the Orbitals is going to be like a low 80. Don't think so. So then you can look at the discrepancy of like your points and JG's points.
Oh, so the number's 9.
Hey man, but the projected though,
that's hard though.
That projected show me getting first though, 189. Yeah,
I'm at 171. It's rough.
We need it like all like fun, like a.
I hope Gears of War sucks.
Watch your mouth, young lady.
Exactly.
Wait a goddamn minute.
I need this to flop, please.
Don't be wishing for a game to flop just because they on my list now.
I need Fire Emblem to be a game of the year now, please, bro. I need this to hit a 90, dog.
I picked up Shroom and Gloom for mine. Look up Shroom and the demo for, so it doesn't have a release date yet, but the demo for Shroom and Gloom is overwhelmingly positive.
I'm not gonna lie, I fired it up. When I saw Antos got delayed, I'm like, there was an evil grin on my face. I said,
I don't know if it's going to review very well. Their games don't review super high. Yeah.
I feel like it was just such a cool looking game. I was like, cool. This is such gamer journalism.
It is really cool.
I was like Oscar bait. I was like, ooh,
That's why I picked it.
Yeah, I was like, I wanted it so bad. I was like, oh, this just feels like easy dub. But now
Ace Combat seems like it's going to do really well too.
Ace gonna get like a 87. I think it's gonna better yet. I think it's gonna be the highest rated Ace Combat game. That's gonna be my whatever that's gonna be.
Or whatever that's worth.
80, yeah. How's your parlay
Ace Combat is like really consistent.
Okay. We ain't playing for money.
Mid 80s.
You know, I'm a high roller. Let me know when we playing for money. Hey Jay, let them know who won the league. Who won the fantasy? Yeah. Who won that
It's a good way to
$200
flex
this year?
your knowledge on video games, though.
Yeah.
I got paid.
You know
I might
better
be
than
more
us.
motivated.
No, we're gonna get a belt. We're gonna get a nice little wrestling belt, and we'll
motivate him. We gotta motivate him next season.
And then we could just keep mailing it to each other.
Mailing it, get it a box.
I got.
He got Token. He got Plague Sale. He got Wolverine. That's it. That's all he waiting on.
That's it.
If he picked up a couple, he could.
Oh, and Dust Blood. Sorry,
Super Meat Boy got
Blood.
76, and Invincible got 77.
That game ain't coming out this year. Fucking Dust Bloods. I don't believe it no more, man.
Don't worry, when the reviews come out and people are like, "This might be the best From Software game yet."
This is visionary.
This is the visionary.
Groundbreaking.
Oh my God, I couldn't.
Miyazaki has discovered a new genre,
and it runs at 28 frames per second.
I would say 15.
Just like Bloodborne did. It truly is Bloodborne too.
They gonna spam the PlayStation State of Play. When we gonna get Dust Bloods too? Like, you mean the Nintendo Direct?
Nintendo, just like Bayonetta. We're Bayonetta.
All right. My closing statement for episode 198 is during the podcast, Summer League was going on, so I didn't get to watch my Wizards versus the Kings, but I'm happy to let everybody know Wizards is 2-0 in the Summer League. Shout out to AJ, put up 24 points. Shout out to Will, put up 32 points. Don't come over here. We winning. Don't come over here. I try to tell people we got a nice young bitch, a nice mix of young players and old players, but they don't want to hear that shit. They don't. Will Riley put up 32 points. Y'all don't hear me, man. So
my man's was smiling ear to ear, bro. That first game
Don't come. Yo, you know, I know we made it because somebody left a comment on one of my videos and they said, I'm tired of TBH talking about the Wizards. He's like, I'm hate watching them this year. I said, we got haters. We got haters.
Oh man, that's how I felt as a Lions fan. When I found out we had haters, I said, oh my God, I've never experienced this before.
Y'all don't watch basketball, man. I don't want to hear that. But
shout out to England beating Norway. I'm gonna whip out my Heinz baked beans, my British passport.
Hold on, what? No,
yeah, she's
I'm an English lady.
That's crazy.
Coming home.
We were supposed to be rooting for Margin Holland, okay? Margin Holland supposed to come through. Man,
it's coming home.
It's for his first World Cup, man.
It's coming home.
That shit today.
That Argentina Spain game gonna be crazy.
It's coming home. It's coming home.
Man, look, I'm hate watching Argentina. Okay, Messi to go, but I gotta hate watch Argentina, bro.
Yeah,
they got Spain to win that one.
I like the Norway jerseys.
I don't want Spain to win either. I mean,
somebody gotta win it.
Look, I want the team to win. It got some niggas on it. It's gonna be France or England. France or England.
Oh my goodness. Which is a crazy statement in itself. What just came out your mouth? What's the name? Hey, the World Cup been fun though. I've been keeping up with it. It's been fun.
Yeah, I've watched it as well. Yeah.
All the hooligans in England. You woke my mom up at 12 a.m. when England won. So please be respectful.
Oh, you still got family over there?
Yeah,
that makes sense. Then that makes sense why she. Cool. Well, if you made it this far into the podcast, leave a comment on the YouTube version at youtube.com/GI updates. Leave the comment, hashtag ball and gun gamers break up. Because you guys
Shout
apparently
Shout out to the balls.
Shout out to the balls. The guns fucked up. Ball and gun gamer break up. Hashtag. Put that in the comment section.
Yep.
Other than that, rate the show 5 stars on Apple and Spotify. Hit the like button as well as the hype button at youtube.com/GI updates. And we'll see you next week on the world's best gaming podcast. Peace.